So we dug up a grave. Someone got slapped. A shopping session.
You didn't watch the video?
A
No.
meme session.
Then we
Oh
got
my
to
God.
the big city, and they told us, no, we can't let you inside. And then something blew up, and they ran away, and then we ended the session.
Before all that, we ran into an imp who wanted to play a game with us.
Oh yeah.
We won.
And Reivhyn was like, "Step out of the way, pussies," and then he shook the hand of the imp to play a game.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, it was fine because we totally trounced that fucking imp, and then Tsou decided to be a greedy bitch and pocket the horns that we won off the imp. So Bombus just handed Kaara the sword that they both wanted.
And now I am attached to the thing.
Yeah, and now the sword is bonded to Kaara.
So it goes.
So it
Yeah,
goes.
and now we're curious to find out what happens when the sword is going to learn that it doesn't get used.
So I at what point? Okay, so who in the party actually likes someone else in the party?
What do you
Is
mean?
like
is
Kaara.
is so again the odd man out?
I think I have no problems with anyone in the party but Deva and Tsou.
I
Yeah,
think I
well,
like
Tsou
everyone.
started intimidating the bird for no real reason, so I think Bombus doesn't like him. But I just learned a spell. I learned a spell because Butts was scared at night.
Yeah, because there's a creepy guy following Darvin, and he's scared.
Let's remember that I intimidated him to keep him from trying to walk off into death on his
Why
own.
not do a
Nobody-
persuasion?
Yeah.
Why
That's
why
not how it
bother
works.
fucking rolling against a PC? That's stupid.
Harry, how are you not snapping to center?
Alt.
No.
Today I learned.
The power of a god.
Look at you, butts.
Boy. Alright, well, that was certainly a recap. I'll do my best to add in stuff you guys missed, starting over from the beginning real quick. You guys left town, you got paid for your trouble, you encountered an imp on the road, that thing EHsE just said happened. Now Kaara is the owner of Ruby Red, aka Gladius, who's a pretty
Ruby
spooky
Rod.
red.
Mhm.
The sword,
Rod.
if you remember, and I feel like there was some confusion on this, so I'm going to explain it. The sword had Ruby Red written on it in Elvish, but the sword claimed its name as Gladius,
Ah,
Like-
okay.
whatever the thing talking in it. Everyone in the party seems to think that the sword sounds like Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element, but I'm not on board with that.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's Ruby Rod.
Do you do that voice? Oh,
I
no.
wish you
No, I
would.
know.
God,
been trying to
please
get
do
rid
it.
of
Everyone keeps
the
asking
only
him.
request
If there
we've
was
ever had.
justice in this world, he would.
Alright, after that, oh yeah, so then they went to the town of the beginning, is the place's nickname, Lone
Good.
Lore that you missed out on. It's called that because it's right outside of the city, which has one of the largest guild halls in the region, so a lot of adventurers traffic through there, and this is usually the starting point of their adventure, so it has all sorts of beginning items, people coming and going.
It's a newbie village.
Exactly, Newbie Village, Tutorial Island. And they saw.
Are we gonna slay 1,000 red foxes outside of town? To level up
Yes.
to 5?
Yes,
And then go on our first dungeon run?
still yes. All right, so then the grave robbing happened. It looked like some sort of
Attempted.
some sort of monument to fallen heroes, and Bombs is like, I'm gonna just go fucking stick my hand in it. And then they encountered who was apparently the gravekeeper, a tall elvish woman with 2 nunchaku and a suit of all things.
Who
so-
materialized out of the ether.
yeah, it
It
makes you
should be
wonder.
noted.
Maybe that's her power.
Or
Yeah.
she's a ghost.
It's our talent.
No, I think he could testify she's not a ghost.
Hmm.
All I'm saying
Fist didn't
is,
feel ethereal.
if she finds herself in a situation where your boy can save her, your boy's not saving her.
And Bombs got slapped. You all guys already went over that. You guys managed to kiss and make up a little bit, and she sent you on your way. You guys traveled some more. Oh, I can't forget this. The town shopping session, as they called it. Bombus ran into a wizard who was the first talented character you guys have met so far. So that's big plot development. Lone, you're familiar with talents. Think Overlord. His ability was to be able to read things really quickly. so his eyes like glow and stuff like that. Bombus got some cool new spells.
So do we get talents eventually?
It's not how it works. You're born with it. So you guys are shit out of luck. Yeah, it's more like flavor for the NPCs. TBH.
Oh, okay. So we're more like overlords. They're
Exactly.
and the NPCs
we're
get
just
talents.
We're just normies.
Okay, yeah. So Bomb's got some cool shit.
Some good spells.
Kaara.
Bombus.
I got a spell. It's called Tiny Hut.
Yeah, safe sleeping. I know it.
Yeah.
Kaara tried to get the wizard to tell her information about the sword, and he's like, "I ain't touching that shit.
Check
What's
this
wrong
out.
with you? Get out of my store."
Get out.
Which was pretty great. Simultaneously, I should also mention that the wizard gave Bombus and Kaara some information about the mysterious symbol that has appeared on everyone.
Polyworld symbols.
Yes.
We're marked by the deep one, right?
The deep one. No. He said all he really said was it was eldritch in nature. There were a few other little plot hints in there,
Yeah,
but
the
you can go
deep
back
one.
and watch it if you care. Additionally, simultaneously, Reivhyn and Darvin went shopping, and when Reivhyn goes shopping,
He tries to
no matter-
steal some shit.
no matter who he's inhabiting, shenanigans shall ensue. And he actually came in contact with a very interesting NPC who swore that Tsou was not strong enough to handle his potions.
Intentions.
His potions
Play
fought too
guitar.
powerful for one such as him. I'm eating a sandwich. Oh, and I haven't played my guitar. Turns out the shopkeeper was an Ushayan from the same country as Tsou, and immediately knew that Deva was the one in control there. Traded some cryptic phrases, talked about the people that Tsou and Deva are looking for, and suddenly the store was filled with mist in there, and they were just outside of it. Wow, Harry. Alright. You guys went to town? They explained that? She blew up.
I love you.
I did not make that, by the way.
Still.
Change the name, right?
I did the name, yeah.
Okay.
Good enough.
Alright. Neil is not with you, Finn's not with you, you guys are
Oh,
standing outside of
sorry.
this.
One quick thing. Lindal disappeared during that whole thing, and we didn't know what happened with him until he came back to the card.
Oh, yeah. That.
Bad.
So
Don't worry about Lone. It's
yeah.
it's a thing. Don't worry about
Just say it. Well, doesn't matter where I went.
No, it matters, but we'll talk about it later.
That's fine. AFK me. It's cool.
Carry on.
I didn't AFK you. Anyway.
No, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying it's fine. We can follow it later. Jeez.
What? Okay, whatever. Anyway, so
Why you so defensive?
I've been hurt before. Alright. So, you guys are standing outside of Sidhurst.
I missed you, buds.
Just diving right into it.
You guys are idiots.
You look over the city walls. That's how big the ensuing explosion was. You can see green light flickering, bouncing off of the buildings and light poles and everything from over the walls. And you can see bits of debris flying in every direction, lit by green fire as they plunge into the harbor.
Is
Now,
it one of the goats?
I should mention that when just kind of your surroundings here, the city is like an island. Think like Manhattan. You had to cross a bridge to get into it, and you guys are currently standing on the bridge, and the bridge ends in a steel gate. That's where the guards, Neela, Finn, and your new acquaintance, the Black Guard, ran through and told you to stay here.
Why?
Now, Lone, you missed this, but they said that they had locked the city down due to an uprising of sorts. They were trying to quell a disturbance. No one goes in, no one goes out.
So do we leave? Are we leaving? Let's
Feels
leave.
like you guys stay
well,
there.
I can cast
Bird.
Tiny Hut and we can sleep here.
On the bridge?
Yeah, why not?
while the city's being exploded. That sounds like a bad idea.
Nothing can get through my tiny
It's
hut.
impenetrable.
Yeah, but the bridge could get exploded.
Water can't penetrate
Well, I
it.
mean, we can get to the part that's solid.
This sounds like a great idea.
How tall are the city walls?
About 200 feet.
Damn.
That's pretty high.
Wait, what?
Yep.
That's stupid, bro. What?
This is fucking.
City.
That is not what I expected. Okay.
It's
Come
a
on.
weed wall. White Walkers on the other side.
200. Come on, Sin.
I don't have
Come on.
I'm
I don't
gonna.
have flyer
Make
jump either.
60's believable.
No, 200 feet.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm just gonna tell these guys to stay put real quick, and I'm gonna
Is that-
fly up to the wall
Is
to
that
take
the
a look.
strangest- Is that the strangest thing you guys have encountered in this fantasy world? Are you serious?
Oh, 200-foot walls is ridiculous.
Why do you
That's
say that?
He
The
should've made it a
manpower
s-
needed to make that is ridiculous. Magic or otherwise, that's ridiculous.
Hey,
Interesting.
maybe it's a level 11 spell. What do you see?
Kaara?
I would like to tell these guys to hang tight for a quick second, and I would like to fly up to the wall to see if I can get a better vantage point of what the hell's going on the other side.
Okay, you
Though that's going to
Say
take me
that.
a couple seconds.
say that and you start flying away, and the guards are like, "Hey, where are you going? Hey, wings! You can't go over the wall. Hey, you stay outside. You cannot guarantee your safety if you go over there."
Yeah, I'm an adventurer. Safety's never really going to be a thing. I just keep going.
We're gonna get arrested again.
Alright, so you fly up to the top of the wall. It takes you a few seconds, but you get there soon enough. The guards seem to be
Hey,
looking like
Bombus, stick cards.
perturbed, like because they don't like you're out of range, and they're like, "Oh shit, well, what do we do?"
As I imagined.
Now, Kaara, as you gaze over the wall, you see a state of chaos in a localized area. Near to where the explosion went off, you see a building and a town square area, both engulfed in flames, all flickering green, oddly enough.
Oh,
You
Jesus,
see-
Game of Thrones.
You see several figures in purple robes with some sort of insignia emblazoned on the back. You can't really make it out; it's a little too far away. As best you can tell, it's like a silver color. And there are various townspeople running in every which direction. A few of them are fallen, like they're slain in place. One of the hooded figures shoots a fireball, and a woman running is engulfed in flames and collapses where she's standing. You can see the town guards rushing from all over the state in every direction. Some of them already in skirmishes with some of the hooded figures. And you actually spot Neela running from the direction of the gate towards the area with the figures. You notice that one of the figures seems to be rooting through the rubble, and that's about all you can tell.
Okay. I'll come down from the wall back to the party and relay that information to them.
Just so y'all know, my cat is trying to bite y'all's moving tokens.
Adorable.
Bombus just shrugs. Not really our problem.
Mm-hmm.
They said they would not let us in.
So why are we still here?
They don't want our help.
There.
Yeah.
We don't have a mission to take care of it. Let's just let them deal with it.
Agreed.
Kaara disagrees.
I mean, Neela's in there, I guess. Wait, is this the town that Neela was going back to work? Is this that town?
Yes,
Yup.
the city,
And
capital city.
This
And
is
she
the town you
specifically
were-
told us to wait outside.
Why? Is she paying us to wait outside? Are we being paid to wait outside?
Well, we want to get into the city because
Hmm.
there's information there,
So I guess we just camp and wait.
as I suggested.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Um,
The town
I
is on
would-
lockdown.
I would like to walk up to the guards and ask them to let us in because innocent people are starting to get hurt. And
Well,
it
you
seems
go
like
ahead
you
and do
guys could
that.
use some help, regardless of how you guys feel about us.
Are you talking to the guards?
Yeah.
The guard straightens. He looks to be sweating slightly. Orders are orders. Sorry, Mom. No one in, no one out. People can't be trusted in these times. We are very capable guards, and we will deal with it as we see fit. Now, please, just wait there. I understand you're capable adventurers, but I have orders.
No one can be trusted. We've been traveling with
wanna roll
Neela
an
this whole
insight
time.
check.
One guard looks at the other guard. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Hey, Bombus, do we have a team name yet?
Nope.
So, why did you roll in?
Oh, I said I wanted to roll an insight check, and then
On who?
keep going. On this guy who seemed awful scared.
On the guard?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you rolled an 11, so you seem scared.
You almost killed one.
Oh, that's 6.
We ain't getting inside that town.
And alright, so the two guards look at each other, and they seem to steel themselves in that moment, and they say, "Orders are orders. I can't let you in."
So are we just waffling on this bridge still while Kaara talks to these guards?
Yep. It's a large bridge, but yeah, you guys are standing there.
Are there crowds around us, or just like we are the only ones on this bridge?
It's like pretty late at night, I think.
It is very late at night, and good question.
like in the
The only
day,
one who
isn't
thought to ask it, there actually are a couple other, looks like, peasants. Well, one of the guys looks actually fairly wealthy, just kind of milling about. The wealthier individual seems to be standing next to a cart with a guard on it. It's a horse-drawn carriage, I should say, instead of a cart.
All right. I want to
Did
ask.
we arrive at this gate at night?
You guys got here at about 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
Right.
is there a curfew? Like, so does the gate close at a certain time at night, or is it you typically open all the time?
You're talking to the guard, yes?
Yes. Or the peasant? Let's ask the guard.
Okay. Guard looks at you, looks down. He says, "Well, the gate closes every night after about 9 p.m. We do allow travelers in and out, and we'll lift the gate as such. Typically, during late hours of the night, it would have to be official business, but otherwise, the gate is open to travelers."
And because of the situation, we're on lockdown. Yes.
Yes, that's correct, sir.
Just came to the morning.
Yeah. Well, so
I mean,
Is
if
it
you guys really want to get in, I can cast Fog Cloud.
I'm not trying to break the law. and get inside.
You're gonna cast Fog Cloud, and then we'll climb up a 200-foot wall.
No, I mean we can go past
Lift
them.
the-
under
lift
cover
the
of
gate?
fog.
So we're gonna what? Just
Alright,
open
let's
the
camp
gate
out
with
then.
our arms?
They open it with their arms.
Stop talking so, please.
Now, as you guys are kind of bickering somewhat loudly, in the middle of this bridge, one of the peasants comes over to you, and he's wearing a brown shawl, has a small scar underneath his left eye. His blonde hair, like a shaggy, unkempt beard. He's about middling height, maybe about 5'7", somewhere around there. He walks over, and he leans up next to Lindal, and he says, "Hey, yeah, you.
What?
You trying to get in?"
No, not really.
"Oh, all right then." And he just walks away.
I follow him.
All right, if we're not trying to get in, can we camp? Like,
Yeah. Well,
what's
yeah.
all the this going
Well,
on? Let's
half our
camp.
party wants to break into the 200-foot city secured by a shut gate, and the other half is like, let's just wait till they open the gate in the morning.
Well,
so
so
that
let them
seems
do
to
their
be
thing.
very intense.
Let's camp.
Okay. So who is camping?
Lindal.
Okay.
Is this a party decision, or what's happening? Tell me.
It's a party decision.
I'll come back to them later. I want to follow this guy and talk to him.
Okay, so Lindal and Bombus and Tsou. Darvin, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging out in camp with you.
All right.
Split the party. You gonna die, Kaara? Oh, we're gonna die. Someone's gonna die. I hope
We're
so.
not dying. I got my hut.
So I asked the guard. Question to the DM: is the entire town, including the slum district, encased in the walls, or they're like the lower? Is the lower quarter built around the outside of the walls?
The slums are actually on sort of the opposite end of the city. You guys are walking in through the mercantile district. And
So there's
that
nothing.
that side of the city is not encased in walls. Although, well, no, I said too much. There's no walls over there. It's pretty far though. You guys wouldn't really get there in any sort of reasonable amount of time.
I asked the guard, is there any zoning issues for us camping right at the end of the bridge until you
And looks at the other guard again. Says, given the circumstances, I think that would be okay, but in case anything happens, we cannot guarantee your safety. So just please be aware of that.
Any reason we can't camp on the bridge?
I would prefer if you did not. There's no law against it, but it would impede traffic in and out, or in this case, nowhere.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not trying to make your job more difficult.
Oh, appreciate that, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He does a
Lindal, by the way.
Ah, Lindal, nice to meet you. He does a Hitchum salute, which in this case is a closed fist and arm horizontal across his chest, his right hand. He's saying this way. Says, "You may call me Gabriel. I've been working."
Is there any way for you to send us a runner of any news?
In what capacity, sir?
Oh, when the gate is lifted, I suppose.
If you're going to camp in the nearby region, I will come and tell you.
I appreciate it. Slip him a couple silver.
He holds up a hand. I can't accept that, sir. That's against protocol.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Alright. So, Kaara, you follow the guy. You noticed he walks off of the bridge area, leans up against a stone wall, like overlooking the water, and then he seems to just kind of duck down, and you walk over to where he was, and you don't see him. Make a perception roll. You look around for a moment, like, where did this guy go? And you look down, and you see that he's actually scaling the underside of the stone overarching bridge, moving towards the city wall.
Can I? Is it enough for me to actually kind of fly behind him?
Enough
Or while he's like scaling?
Enough like what, space? Yeah, you can
Yeah.
certainly do that. It's guys, this is a large city. Like, and if it isn't
Map would help.
Okay. I would just like to get behind him and ask, what was that you were trying to tell my roguish friend earlier?
Okay. Kaara, you kind of look side to side, see if the guards are looking. They're not. Mind you, this entire area isn't super well lit, except the area right outside the gate, and of course the inferno going on inside of the city. So you just kind of look. No one's looking. Okay. And you just kind of free fall off the bridge, and then take flight, and fly next to the guy, and latch onto the wall right next to him. And he turns around with a start. Just,
Calm. Just curious as to what you were trying to tell my friend earlier. You seem to know of something else.
You got bloody good timing. He'd kill us all. Stabbed me half to death.
Apologies.
I was offering a way into the city. As you can see, I have my ways. Some of us still have business to do, and we can't be caught up in politics or whatever's going on.
Do you know what's actually happening inside? All I could see were like explosions and fire and people in purple robes inside doing damage.
I don't concern myself with all that. Listen, I'm just trying to sell my wares, get to and from, make a bit of coin, hit up a brothel, pass out with plenty of beautiful women laying all over me.
Well, such noble intentions.
Thank you.
Where does this pathway lead, specifically?
There's one way in and out of the city that I use quite frequently, and I would be willing to part with this information for a few gold pieces. It's privilege, it's trade secret.
How many?
Let's see. Is that your friends over there? You're gonna tell them too?
Maybe.
You hear loud snoring.
These guys are a bit apprehensive apprehensive of going inside just yet.
Kaara, are you lying about telling him? About telling?
Yeah, I would be.
Make a deception roll.
Fuck.
Lying about. I missed it. What happened?
Lying about whether he intends to tell us or not.
I've been in this
charisma, huh?
I've been in this game a long time, little bird, and I know how to sell a liar.
Well, you've caught me.
Listen, I don't have any problem with you telling your friends, but I will have to charge a little bit extra. How about 20 gold pieces? We'll call it even. Just give me a second. I don't much like doing business while climbing and scaling rock faces. Just go, hold on. And he starts shimmying.
As I just hover in the ground, or hover in the air.
Well, you weren't hovering. You just kind of latched onto the wall next to him. Exactly. He kind of scales over to a sewage outlet, and notably, and it's notably barred. And there's like a slow trickle of water coming out. He takes a seat there. He goes, "All right, hand it over."
Well, hold on. What business do you do in the town or in the city that's so important that you're gonna risk trying to sneak in?
All right, listen. I'm not prying into your shit. I don't care why you want to get in. I'm just saying, give me money and I'll tell you how. It's my business depends very much on. Word escapes my mind. Escapes DM's mind. On subtlety.
Subtlety. Well, unfortunately, the rest of my group doesn't exactly agree that we should go in there at the moment.
Again, not my problem, ma'am.
I know.
20 gold pieces, or I'll be on my merry way.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Stay safe in there. I'm probably just gonna rejoin them.
Oh, I will. And just as quick as that, he hops off of the sewage outlet into the water, and is gone.
Nasty.
All right.
That's gross.
Well, I will fly back to the group, see that they're inside the hut, and then walk over to the guard and ask how much longer will it take before the gates open.
Alright. By this time, it's like 2:30 in the morning. You get back over to the guard, and he's like, there still seems to be quite a lot going on in there, hopefully by morning. But honestly, I'm not sure at this point.
So he could even be past morning.
Yes, very true. I am sorry for the inconvenience. I am certain you have much adventuring work to do at the guild hall and seeing important people, but it's orders are orders. I am sorry.
Man, there's gonna be some bad shit in there.
Alright, doesn't seem like there's much I can do. Who's on top of the top of the walls? More guards?
Yeah, but they're spaced very far apart. Hence why I didn't mention it when you flew to the top of the wall.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just take out my bedroll and be next to the hut and just rest.
Not gonna sleep in the hut?
You can.
Well, I wasn't there when it was initially cast.
Yeah,
which is also probably for the best, because I
Have a cursed sword.
not entirely sure how the sword will react to the rest of these guys while they're sleeping.
Okay. This is gonna require a music change.
Though I will ask Gladius what he thinks.
Yeah, Ruby Red.
Alright. So you lay out your bedroll and start removing your supplies. Getting ready to lay down. Sit down your bow and your arrows and everything. And then you unsheath Gladius. And the moment you do, you.
Well, do I have to unsheath them to talk to him? Can I just lay my hand on the pommel?
You could, but I get the sense you wanted to have an actual conversation.
Okay.
It's like a face-to-face thing, you know. Whereas otherwise you'd be talking through a door, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that, but yeah.
Rude ass. is what Gladius says immediately. Because remember, Gladius can hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I know.
Says, so what are we doing?
I don't want to just push in there by myself, as much as it doesn't sit well with me that all this is happening inside and we're stuck out here.
Well, you know, if you went in there, slew a few bad guys, I'm sure you'd get mighty popular.
I know,
Oh,
right?
the sword.
Yeah. Fuck.
Now, that being said, I don't much care to have to find a new wielder immediately, so I'd rather you didn't die. If you did go in alone, you'd have to be very careful about it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't feel like being shish kebab this early in the morning.
You know, Kaara, you're smarter than you look.
Well, I've been a hunter for a number of years in my village, so that at least counts for something.
I suppose so. Then the sword goes silent.
Well, I'll sheath ruby red back into its sheath and try and go to sleep.
Alright. The night passes quickly. It's about 8:30 in the morning when not only the guard you spoke to, but the black guard with the short cropped hair comes jogging over, and they say like they come over and on the hut.
Can't touch this.
Can they hear it?
Yeah,
I don't think they can actually.
Motherfuckers knocking on the
It's see-through though, so if anybody's awake.
it's see-through on the inside, not the outside.
Yeah, we can see
Yeah,
them.
it's see-through on the inside, so we can see him running up.
Are you guys awake though?
Is
Yeah,
anyone
Bomb-
awake?
Yeah, Bombus, drop the hut.
Are you?
I don't think I can dispel the hut.
I think we have to step out of it.
I think
Yeah.
I have to. Yeah.
I think we live here now.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
this is our new home.
It says the spell ends if we leave the area, but I don't know if that's.
Well, it's if the caster leaves the area.
Quest
Everyone else can
completed.
leave it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, anyway. Okay, I'll step out of the hut. And it
Yeah, I
disappears.
will as well.
Well, you don't have a choice. I step out and it's gone.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, cold.
You guys step out of the hut, and the guard,
That's hilarious.
the first guard, who you guys spoke to last night.
I didn't catch your name, sir.
No. This is the one you did catch the name of.
Gabriel.
This is Gabriel.
Gabe.
And he says, he looks over at Lindal. Just as I promised, sir, the gates have been reopened, but he, motioning towards the other guard, Barkley here asked to come along. He says he has news for you. And then the black guard, Barkley apparently,
Good news.
walks over and says, with some look on his face,
Uh-oh.
come this way. Please, all of you. There's a moment to spare.
Dude,
follow.
Neil is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Should have asked for our help.
Bye, Gabby.
These guys.
Your boy follows him then. That's fine.
Okay. So you guys all quickly proceed with Barkley into the city. Now, it is at this point that I would like to say welcome to Sidhurst. But it's seen better
Everything's
days.
on fire.
As soon as you walk through the gate, the dull smell of this is too loud actually. There we
I
go.
can't even hear anything.
For you.
Hear the music.
It was
Oh,
fine
really?
for me.
Yeah, honestly, it was fine.
Okay.
I don't hear.
I think everybody has edited their own audio preferences too.
Yeah, my volume's at max. I don't hear it. Hold on.
Okay.
It
Let's
might
give
be
him a second.
because-
Did you hear the music before?
I think my the sound might be coming out of my main speaker, but I can't switch. There it is. Okay.
All right. As you enter the city, the dull smell of smoke and ash turns to a pungent odor of sulfur. As you see, some of the surrounding buildings have been scorched, like to the point of indistinguishability. Like you can't even really tell what used to be a building. Now, mind you, these explosions are fairly localized in what was a large city. Forgive me for the analogy, but imagine if like 4 or 5 suicide bombers hit a town square kind of deal. Like that's the range we're talking about here. You walk through, you see some a few townspeople, or rather city folk, crying over a few dead individuals. You see 1 or 2 of the cloaked figures in the purple robes, dead by the side, with several guards standing around. The guards look incredibly tired, beaten, bloodied. Some of them scorch marks on their armor. You notice a few dead guards as well. But despite all of this, there are many more guards trying to cordon off the area, as different merchants and townspeople have begun already funneling in and out of the city past the destruction. It seems like Sidhurst never sleeps, and it's already woken up, and things are starting to get back to normal. Now, you guys make your way past the entrance. You see several living quarters, some shops. Notably, the area where the explosions occurred did have several shops in it. As best you can tell, you continue onwards through a poorer area, through an industrial district, past a large fountain, past an inn, until finally you get to a guardhouse. And Barclay holds open the door and leads you guys in. Now, immediately upon entering the guardhouse, you see several guards standing over a bed, and also there's a gurney. And Barclay motions for you to step over there.
We walk.
All right. As you walk over, you see a body on this bed, covered by a sheet. And Barclay gets a solemn look on his face, and then looks at each of you in turn, and then nods and lifts back the sheet, and you barely recognize the face. You actually don't know who it is. You're like, wait a moment. It takes you a second. Everybody roll perception.
I was gonna say medicine. Yeah, perception.
I ain't got perception.
Are we missing anybody?
Yep.
There it is. Alright, that's what I thought would happen. So Lindal is the first one to connect the dots, and then followed by Darvin, and then the wave of realization kind of moves across each one of you. It's actually Fen. Fen has been scorched to unrecognizable degrees. It's terrible. It is truly awful. Like, you think that it's amazing that they even knew to contact you guys, because they probably would have had to identify him by his freaking teeth. He's like a scorched husk with a few strands of blonde hair remaining untouched in like the back of his head, and his fingers curled in like a gnarled position. And then Barclay closes the sheet and says, "There's more."
Is it worth trying to do a medicine check to see how, like, what kind of thing may have done that? Well, aside from like the fire and burning.
Hey, Barclay, how did he die?
He looks at you with a raised eyebrow and says, "Sir, I do not think now is the time for jokes."
I'm not joking.
And he raises an eyebrow again. "What do you mean? It's clearly burned."
Well, from what's the source? What burned him? I can clearly see he's burned.
Fireball. Bombus says fireball. Let's move on.
He looks over. I'm not certain of the magical nature. It was some sort of spell, and it was fire, but it was green. Those cultists. He died valiantly. I understand you had somewhat of a short history with the fellow.
He's a good boy.
We did.
So Arcana check. You're wrong, by the way. You don't know. You don't know what it is. So then he leads you over to a stretcher, and some of the I should mention that there are numerous injured guards in this barracks. There are several priests and medical personnel tending to everyone, and you can hear moans of pain throughout the places as people are like, oh my god, my fucking ribs, and some wails and stuff. It's it's a pretty grisly scene. You get led over to the gurney or the stretcher, and here you see Neela. Neela is alive and writhing in agony as her left arm appears to be not only burned but broken in 3 places, like it twisted into an unrecognizable shape.
Bombus,
I rush up to
Bombus,
her.
Bombus nudges Deva and says, healer.
Alright, cast my spell.
Healing spells, yeah.
And as Barkley gets ready to say something, Deva steps over, and
It has to be through so has to do it.
oh, okay. So and Deva step over, and so what's the flavor on this? How are you casting the spell?
Well, I touch her, and she comes wreathed in like that blackish bluish flames, and she starts healing.
What's the spell?
It's
Healing spirit.
healing spirit.
Hmm.
So
So
yeah,
blue fire rains on her and it heals her.
yep, that's how it works.
Spirit fire.
Spirit fire.
All right. So so you walk over and you do such, and you see some of the wounds on her body begin to close. She had several small cuts. It looks like a sword had pierced her in her upper thigh. Those wounds begin to close. But oddly enough, her right hand remains blackened and charred.
Neela, what happened?
But it's the broken
Then
arm
after
fixed.
the arm does begin to reset, but it looks like it's still going to take a little bit of time. You seem to have accelerated the healing, but otherwise it's still pretty busted.
Is this a magical
What is
As-
it, cursed fire or something?
As the wounds begin to close, she looks at you in surprise, and she mutters like a thanks, a brief thanks, and then she starts like howling again as her arm, like she's like gripping her arm in like renewed agony as two of the guards like hold it down, and then the priest runs over and pours some sort of potion down her throat, and she lulls to sleep.
I turn to them and ask, what happened? How'd she get in this state?
It's a tough fight of that one, Barkley says. She charged straight at their leader, sword in hand, and tried to run him through, but he turned around and hit her with something. I'd never seen any sort of spell like that before. Blasted casters. His eyes slowly meet Bombus's for a moment.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I
So am I
have
meant to
any
be?
sort of notion on what might cause that?
I'm gonna say your previous Arcana check would persist through this, and you
but-
will.
But this is magical fire that's resistant to magical healing, as opposed to just being a shriveled husk in a bed.
Well, okay, you guessed fireball, right?
I did.
And then I said no, right?
Right.
Okay, all right, got it. All right. Let's see. Bombus knows through your study that there are some spells that are resistant to healing effects. They're typically forbidden from use, but it is possible to create such a spell. Usually, the cost to use it is extraordinarily high, either requiring some sort of sacrifice on the caster's part or a material, like an expensive material. But such spells do exist. You do not know of anything in your repertoire that could, heal this curse.
Okay, I relay that information to the group.
I ask, are there any local clerics? Is there a cleric on hand to see
We're
to our
surrounded
friend
by
Neela?
clerics.
Yeah.
A forbidden spell, you say?
We're surrounded by clerics. Are we really?
Yeah, priests and clerics are here healing people.
They're healing.
Perception 2. Yeah.
I know, right?
Disgusting.
DM, considering my backstory, and you said it was a forbidden spell, would I know anything about this?
You might
That to make some kind of roll, like a.
make a history check.
Oh shit.
What's your modifier on
who's
that?
it that we're using here?
It's at least -3.
Yeah.
Oof.
You get this vague notion that it might be related to some of your past, but you can't place it. You have no idea. It's like, oh well, I guess that was a dead end.
All right.
Right. Now, as you guys are all huddled around here, Barkley turns to you again, and he says, "Listen, Neela asked specifically that I call you guys here. Do you know why that might be?"
Well, we've been traveling with her for the past couple of days. We did a job going to Irongrass prison, so I guess we're kind of familiar with each other, if anything.
That's all.
That, and maybe we could be of some sort of help. At least I'm starting to think now. I don't know why we weren't called in earlier.
That's interesting. I've never known Neela to be the sort to ask for help to begin with.
She respects us.
Yeah, we've been traveling with her for a while.
She respects our judgment and capabilities.
He nods. Bombus, make a persuasion roll. Lindal, you're assisting.
Can
Well,
he
you
make
sound
a
like you're in
persuasion
Silent Hill
roll?
right now.
Nope.
Ayo.
He nods. He says, "Well, you're here. You're adventurers. I can only assume that she thought you might be of some help. It's, Neela being the way she is, she probably didn't want to involve non-military personnel in our city affairs, but given that she's the only one who went up against their leader and seems to live to
She
tell the tale."
actually did want to involve us, and your guards at the gate said no. So
Okay, hold on. Sidebar. I'm pretty sure I had her say no.
Yeah, she told us to
Yeah.
hang
Yeah.
back.
I thought she
chose
tried
to
to bring
wait.
us in.
Nope.
No, she told us to wait.
Stay out
Well,
here.
you guys were all going to go in at the same time, and then the explosion happened. She told you guys to wait here.
Yeah.
But didn't she try to convince the gate guards to let us in and
Mm-mm.
vouch for us because she'd been traveling with us?
She did say that she wasn't sure how that news would go over with you guys being the way that you are. But I don't
Yeah.
believe I said anything beyond that. I could be forgetting.
Okay.
No,
I
I
can-
think you're right. Like
Well,
she
whatever.
knows us to be somewhat reputable, but not to jump in.
Strike that from the record. Then Bombus obviously didn't say it.
Okay.
Mistakes.
So Barkley continues. So I can only imagine she intended for you to help in some way. She's the only one who went up against I think he was their leader, and lived to tell the tale. So when she comes to, if she comes to, we'll have many questions for her, and I think you should come back when that time arrives. Give her a couple days, yeah? She's had it pretty rough.
And what are we supposed to do in the meantime? Are the cultists still at large?
Bombus
Well-
perks up and says, "Well, I can do some research in the great library."
Barkley looks at you. That's right. Sidhurst is known for its library. You seem the sort who might be interested in that sort of thing. It's just past the Mercantile District and to the Collegiate District. You can't miss it. Large building. Ask any of the town criers for directions if you get lost. And he turns to the rest of you. Well, you're adventurers, are you not? You asked about the cultists. I would love to tell you that we valiantly drove them off, but in reality, they came in, destroyed something for reasons we know not, and then left once they had apparently gotten it. So, they could be back, but for now we're still on high alert. We're allowing people to and from the city, but with heavy screening.
What was destroyed and where did they leave to? Like,
I can only tell you the general area. You'll have to ask some guards in the immediate vicinity. But near the town entrance, the way that I led you in, you should have seen all of the guards surrounding the one of the store districts. It's just check around there if you have any questions. But before you do any of that, if you are interested in this, I suggest you go to the guild hall. I'm certain someone will have placed a quest up there for you, so you can be properly rewarded for your efforts.
That is a good idea.
They may have also already accumulated some information that would be useful for you in your investigation.
Also, I think we need to check in since we've been gone for a couple of days, in case there's any report that we have to file.
Well, on your way then. Good luck. He does the hitch and salute again.
I bow.
And then the rest of you rude bastards.
I bow.
I'm kidding.
Give a wave.
I need to change.
I nod respectfully, and I guess I tell Neela we'll be back to check on you.
Your voice sounds like it's coming out of a Wiimote.
I know.
We bow and leave.
What? My voice sounds different?
It sounds robot-y.
Sounds like you're speaking through your cell phone.
Worse than a cell phone.
Sounds like a Wiimote.
Is that better?
Nope.
No.
It's fine though. It's
Yeah,
just there's
it's-
a little reverb on it.
Oh.
He's dead.
Better?
He lives
Yep.
Yeah.
much.
Alright, I don't know what that was.
Alright, everyone. So
What about, wasn't there a third guard with her? It was
Nope.
Finn and there was another one.
he's dead.
Yeah, he died a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
So Neela is the last surviving member of her squad, actually.
The Neela
Neela's
squad's only
bad
down to
luck.
one.
Yeah. Captain Neela is captain of nothing currently.
Oh.
So we go to
Now,
guild hall.
so now you guys step outside, and you see the city. By this time, it's already about 9:30. The city's already awake. People, you see, carts going to and from. You can smell food wafting as some restaurants have started cooking for the day. The local tavern is already having patrons enter and exit. What's most notable about the architecture of the city is it's very industrial. You saw some of this when you came over the bridge, but the moat and river that you had to ford to get into the city was very large. It's a trade port, so ships are always coming in and out, and you can see several large like factories in the industrial district with smoke billowing from large chimneys and things of that nature. You see a lot of younger people walking around. They look fairly poor. There seems to be a big income disparity here, but it doesn't seem like the citizens are divided up in the sections or anything. Like you'll see some wealthier merchants walking down the street on the same street as a lot of like street urchins and that sort of thing. But the streets are very busy. It's like a New York street.
Okay. You say it's industrial, so what kind of technology are we seeing here?
Mills.
So the
Steam, I'm assuming?
Yeah, in the sense of advancement, the closest, like you see, there's a lot of grinding gears in some of the more technologically based areas of the city, like the industrial district, and it's basically steampunk.
Okay.
So they have steam technology, but they haven't managed to produce guns yet.
No, they haven't actually.
Cannons, but nothing smaller than that.
Maybe you should ask about that. Seems like something Bombus might be curious about.
It would be, but it won't be today.
Did Bombus ever make any of those grenades?
No.
No, but Bombus knows how.
Cool. So the library or the guild first?
Guild.
I say we check in with the guild.
We check in with the guild first.
Alrighty, give me a second here.
God, we're all going somewhere as a group.
Kappa.
Car flies off.
Ka!
Come back.
I'm going shopping. Caca.
Kaara sounds like Dr. Roxo.
I don't know who that is, so sure.
The rock and roll clan.
I knew what you meant.
All y'all still hanging out in the hut of safeness?
It's
You
safe.
drew it. Draw us in the next place, Harry.
I did. Zoom out.
Okay. So you make your way through town. You guys have to stay pretty close to each other to not get swept up in the crowd, especially Lindal and Bombus.
Why?
Because there are a lot of people and they're all in a rush to get somewhere. You guys are getting kind of like pushed and nudged from
Lindal
everywhere.
can move through spaces, bro.
Here,
Lindal's
hold my
cool.
hand.
Annoyed, I'm just gonna fly above the crowd.
All right. So let me finish the description.
You know, this would be a
You
good
guys
time to write Deva.
try and stick close to each other before eventually Kaara just takes to the sky and is like, fuck it. And you guys can see her kind of circling around you up top.
I climb onto Deva's back.
No, you do not.
You try to climb onto Deva's back, but so immediately.
Look, acrobatics check, bro.
People
Oh my
part
God.
around Deva.
He nailed it.
So Lindal, seeing his opening, runs on some stacked boxes outside of a butcher's shop, jumps off of the boxes and lands squarely onto Deva's back.
I want to roll the catch.
Okay, dexterity save or check. Go for it. So reaches hands out and tries to catch Lindal, but Lindal
Like
twists in
catch
the air and lands exactly the way he meant to.
He immediately starts rubbing her right under her ears.
Like trying to catch a baby jumping off
Scritchy
of my leg.
scratches. I say, I don't want to get separated from the party. This makes sense.
We
I'm
stop.
small.
We stop.
Stop.
So and Deva stop immediately, like in the middle of the crowd. They look like statues compared to everyone moving around them. Lindal is sitting on top of Deva still.
What are you guys doing down there?
They can't really hear you. Given how close the buildings are, you have to fly like above them.
I'll land on like one of the roofs on top or over them, and say
Okay.
that.
You land like a pigeon, just.
Can I just offer Lindal my shoulders?
I shrug and climb up onto Darvin's shoulders. That's fine.
You guys are idiots.
All right.
Alright, well, we continue on.
So, hey, wait a minute. Why did the music stop? The hell? Pretty sure I put that on a loop.
Amateur.
Okay, I don't know why it did that. Must have been like white space. Anyway, so as you guys make your way into the guild district, as it is known, you actually come across a town crier, and this one seems to be repeating some of the information that you had heard in the town at the beginning, but with some new information added. So he's going through his he's holding up his newspaper, going through his motions. Trouble in the kingdom. How will the queen react? Orc army amassing at the border. It's going on. Then it recently adds, crazed cultists attack Sidhurst. Are we safe? Who will save us? Why were there no adventurers? Is the town guard mismanaging our safety?
Does he have a paper or is he just screaming?
He's holding up a paper too. He's like selling newspapers.
How much is a paper? I steer Darvin towards the crier.
By the ears.
He goes, okay, and the crier, he's still yelling. He's like, the town guard, and then you walk over. How much is the paper? And he's 1 silver, sir.
That seems deep.
I flick a silver. Seems expensive.
He hears that's the best paper in Sidhurst.
Oh, yeah?
And hands you both a copy. Do you want a silver or do you want a copy?
No, so it's not a silver. We just got 2 papers.
What? No, shut up. You want one, Darvin?
No.
Okay, so you just get one.
All Lindal has to do is read it and hold it in front of my face, and we both get a paper.
I mean, I'm not trying to reason with you. I'm just asking if you want one. All right. Are you gonna read it right now?
As we walk, sure.
Okay.
What does it say?
All right. So Lindal starts reading the paper, trying to maneuver his way through the crowd without looking pretty exceptionally.
I'm
actually.
riding on Darvin's shoulders.
Oh, never mind. You're right. So Darvin's doing all the walking and maneuvering, and you see several different tidbits of information, pretty much exactly what the guy was saying, but notably, there is a caricature of one of the cultists, and the face is obscured, but the cloak seems to be well detailed, and it's in an article about how the townspeople should be on the look for these individuals, and they say that they're going by the name the Eyes of the Midnight Sun, and there's the symbol on the back of the robe that actually Kaara had seen and relayed to you was actually a sun with like hollowed out eyes, and the rings of fire around it are kind of like crooked and angular, pointing out in each direction. But yeah, and then you also see a note in there about an army of orcs amassing at the border of Hitcham and a nearby neighboring country.
So cults, orc army,
and also
the queen.
Yes, the information about a possible affair in the royal court, and how the king has reportedly been fraternizing with the maid.
Oh.
So I turn to Bombus. You think there's a job for? Oh, so
the
go ahead.
king's
Sorry.
fraternization is fine.
What'd you say?
I turn to Bombus as I relay what's these interesting articles. You think there's a job for this orc amassing?
Probably, almost certainly. We'll find out at the guild, but it seems like it might be up our alley.
Anything else? Any bounties listed in the paper of note?
Actually, there is. As you flip through the... Why is my music stopping? I'll put this one on, because that one's stupid. Okay, whatever. That's not at all what I want. So anyway, you start, you're flipping through, like, okay, yeah, there's some quests there. You flip all the way to the back to, like, where essentially it's like the classifieds, and you do see a bounty. You see a bounty asking for the capture of a masked vigilante, and there's a caricature of him, and actually I have a picture, if I can find it, which I will now post in the channel. Where is...
What the fuck? Why does this look like this?
Come on. Just getting a picture for you guys. Okay, got it. I'm gonna throw it in Discord, alright?
There's no music.
Yes, I'm aware, because I stopped.
Why isn't he wearing a Guy Fawkes mask?
What a kind-looking character.
That's really annoying. I don't know why. Let's just play the Goblin Slayer music, huh? Alright.
This
So,
is probably a good point for me to duck out.
sure.
I'll tune into Lex's stream at work. But,
Yeah.
I do.
I'm gonna. This isn't gonna be a super long session. So you just, check the video afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
And yep, we'll see you later.
See you guys.
See,
Later.
Okay. So I'll be playing Bombus for the remainder of today's session. So anyway, continuing to read that article, you see that there's a masked vigilante. There's no name listed. It's just they have that little caricature of him, and there seems to be they just list large reward. There's no money amount next to it.
Is there a listed reason for why he's wanted?
No, there's none.
No crimes or nothing, just a bounty.
Yep.
That's suspicious.
It is suspicious. Is there anything I recognize from this picture?
No, it was well, actually,
What's the reward?
make a perception roll.
Looking for my sheet. 1 second.
Now, you don't recognize the guy or anything, but you do recognize a small tattoo on his arm, on an exposed actually not his arm, it's his neck, exposed skin, and it seems to look like a dagger going through like a circle. Like you can't really tell because it's so small in the image, but it almost looks like a dartboard, but with like a dagger through the middle of it. And you feel like you recognize that, like you've seen it somewhere before, but you're not entirely certain. You remember it in connection with certain underground entities. And that's all you got.
From Southland? Or Gristo? All right, I relay that. What's the reward?
It doesn't say. It just says a large reward.
I say, well, I'll note to the party. We should check. We should follow up on this bounty at the guild when we get there.
Right.
This mark looks familiar, and it might be worth something. Well, it seems a large bounty. They didn't even list a reward. It typically means a huge payout. Also extremely dangerous.
Sounds like us.
All right. So, guys, I'm sorry. This music is really upsetting me. The music I wanted to play. Anyway, so
is there a rating?
This one does not have a rating.
It's just
now
picture, large payout.
Yes. And actually, the answer to that question will be revealed once you get to the guild. So let's just fast forward here, shall we?
All right.
So you guys continue on, get to the guild district. This is called the guild district not only because the Adventurers Guild is located there, but pretty much every other guild. There's a mages guild in like a tower-like building. There's a fighters guild. There's a mercenaries guild, which strangely is distinct from the fighters guild, and so on. There's also an artisanal guild. Now, the Adventurers Guild is by far the largest building there. Well, the Mages Guild is close, but it extends more in a vertical nature than the Adventurers Guild's sprawling, like two-level nature, right? It's a very well-kept building. It's probably one of the nicer buildings you guys have encountered without being gaudy. Like, it's not a lot of gold or trappings, but it's very well maintained. Like, think like a brand new government building with a lot of funding, right? Probably the most extra bits are a few tapestries flowing from the entrance, where you see an image of a figure holding a Zui hand, or a two-handed sword facing a dragon. That seems to be the guild emblem. Now there are many other adventurers walking around, actually, or at least people that you assume to be adventurers, as they all seem to have a warrior's air about them. You know, you see some wizards, you see some people of roguish nature, you see large burly people, you see one very large woman wearing what pretty much amounts to a swimsuit, holding an enormous axe behind her back, and she seems to be walking with a young girl with large round glasses and a black wizard's hat. And they're walking out. You know, they're laughing about something. You don't really hear what they're talking about, and they continue off.
Bombus doesn't want to chase the wizard.
Bombus raises an eyebrow and makes note of her. Now, and that's just the start of it. You see, like what you notice next are the emblems hanging around everyone's neck. Much like your own silver emblems, you see some copper emblems, some gold. the large woman had a gold emblem, and the younger girl had a silver. All the adventurers there seem to be very proud of their status, and looking and looking around, it's mostly silvers, golds, and coppers, but you do see a few higher ranked adventurers just kind of milling about.
Platinum.
Maybe
Orichalcum, adamantium,
Why are you saying it like that?
mithril.
Naru Harden. Dune, Derun, Gathrun, Quagmire.
Fiddle dee.
All right, and yes, you do see one or two platinum adventurers in parties, and they seem to be just like the cock of the walk. Everybody's
Cock of the walk.
yeah, like everybody's like, oh my god, some people are asking for autographs. One of those individuals is a man of average height, wearing ornate armor with a long sword at his hip, and a crossbow on his back with a kite shield strapped to one of his arms. His armor is blue with black trimming, and he has red hair, and it's like swept back, and he has like a couple freckles, and there are a couple like girls like swooning on him. It's like, oh my god, wow, I can't believe you're a platinum and stuff, and you guys just kind of continue on. Now, as you guys enter the guild, it's just more of the same. Adventurers everywhere, but now here's something that you get. Remember, you guys have been here before. You also notice a large quest board. It's huge. It takes up like an entire wall of this already large building, and they're just quests upon quests upon quests, listed going from like easy to like hard difficulty. And in addition to this,
Are they not ranked the same way as are the badges? Bronze, copper, silver, gold.
Well, they are. Yes. And then when as you look around, you see some tables. Looks like they serve drinks here as well. It seems to not only be a place where adventurers go to get jobs, but also a place to just kind of hang out. And you see some adventurers just seem to act like they live there. Have all their equipment on the table, or cleaning things, chatting it up. You even see some adventurers talking to seedy characters, like perhaps they're like doing some sort of investigation and pick this as a neutral location to meet. As you continue onward, you are approached by a young lady with blonde hair tied in a bun. She's human, about 5'6". She's wearing what is essentially a service outfit. She has glasses on, small rectangular glasses that are just kind of like barely on the rim of her nose. And it's like a white and black dress with what's essentially like a blue blazer on top of it. And she walks up and approaches Tsou, actually. It says, excuse me, yes, you, gloomy fellow, yes, hey.
What can I do for you?
We were told that we were to expect a party with a large wolf. Would you happen to be that party? We heard from the town guard that Neela said you'd be coming.
Yeah, that would be us.
Oh, okay, great. Right this way, please.
So I lean into Darvin. Did the Blackguard tell us that they were expecting us?
He did not. I probably shouldn't have answered that, but he did not.
I thought a little birdie, one of the voices in my head said no.
One of the voices in my head.
Speaking of voices in the head, what has Gladius been up to since we've been walking through?
Bored. Thirsting for the flesh of mortals.
So, Kaara, as you kind of nonchalantly place your hand on the pommel of your sword. As you do so, several adventurers' eyes dart up from what they're doing and look at you, eyes narrowing. It seems like everyone in there, being of the same occupation, is ready for a fight at any moment and have taken note that you are placing your hand on your sword.
Is resting your hand on the pommel of your weapon
Yeah.
A threat?
It's
It's kind of like sitting there. It's
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
like
resting my hand on it.
it's an armrest, bro.
No.
Chill.
There's a
Well-
difference between resting your arm and resting your hand.
Yeah, it depends on how you do it.
Well,
Okay. Well, I was trying to do it as non-threateningly as possible.
We'll resolve this in a second, but you take note that everyone kind of glances over. Most people, they just kind of continue back to what they were doing.
I glanced too.
You also glance. Lindal just turns
What's
around,
afoot?
glancing at everyone.
What's afoot? from my perch.
And, in Gladius, his voice, kind of comes through, and he says, "Hey, that fella outside with the blue armor, you should go fight him. Go fight him. He looks tasty. Come on, go back out there."
And you were the one saying that you didn't want to change wielders so quickly. You want me to
We
die?
can take him.
Okay, so does Kaara talk out loud, or is it all in her
It
head?
is in my head.
It's in her head.
Lucky you.
Unless Kaara says so, you guys don't actually know about this conversation. I just don't
Yeah.
feel like moving us through rooms and everything, and it'd slow everything down.
Yeah.
Come on, go out there and fight him. There's a lot of strong people here, Kaara. You can get your reputation up. I feel like our
So you can't
goals
sense the
align in
people
this
around
regard.
here.
He goes quiet for a moment. Ha! All right, you got me. I can sense a little bit. How do you think I find wielders? I have to know.
Who
how
laughs in their head? Who does that?
Well, you have to laugh in your head if you're having a head conversation.
I know, right?
I'm sorry.
Well, if possible, just keep note of the situation and alert me if there's something that's wrong, and I'll remove my hand from the sword.
And he just goes quiet. And all right, so you guys are ushered over, and then one of the copper adventurers walks over to you, Kaara. It's a dark elf. It looks like he's a fighter, and he comes over and says, "Hey, buddy, might want to be careful with that. Everyone's a little on edge after last night's events."
I see. That would make some sense. I do apologize. I don't want to get anyone in a tizzy.
He says, "It's all right. I don't think you're the type, but just be careful. Everyone here is wearing their weapons out in the open. You place your hand on your weapon, it comes across as a little threatening."
Understood. Thank you for the fair warning. What's your name?
You can call me Glad. And he extends a hand.
Well, I shake it. Nice to meet you, Glad. Thank you.
He smiles gladly.
Boo.
Boo. Hiss. Hiss boo.
Yes. He goes, "Well, have fun," and just kind of walks away.
Hiss boo.
Glad to meet you.
Turns around, finger gun. He doesn't do that. All right.
Finger guns.
He doesn't do that.
Hey.
All right. So you guys are motioned behind the counter.
By
And you
Nurse
hear-
Joy.
Yeah, by Nurse
Guild
Joy.
Marm.
Guild Marm?
Monster Hunter.
You should play more Monster Hunter.
And she sits down behind the counter and starts shuffling papers and everything. And she pulls out like a leather-bound file with it's like wrapped with some twine, keeping it bound. And it's a pretty thick stack. And then she looks up at Tsou and then at the rest of you guys and is like, "All right. Says here I'm here to expect several adventurers coming back from Iron Grasp Prison. Is that you?"
That's correct.
Yes. Is that a file on us?
And she looks up and, "Why, of course. We have files on all of our employees."
We also have an issue to take up.
I'm amazed at how quickly word travels here.
Yes. When did Neela even send word?
Well, I heard, she stumbles for a moment, that from the gods, they passed information.
Insight check. Finding my sheet. Rolling.
I want to assist.
Are you proficient in charisma? Like insight check?
Yes, I am.
Insight's wisdom.
Inside's
I
wisdom.
am.
Wisdom. You know what I meant.
I am proficient. Don't question me.
You have to say something or do something.
He did.
Nah.
He did just say something.
I
though.
did. I said.
Harry, we've been over this.
I said.
No, he
I am
contributed
amazed
to
at
the
how
conversation.
quickly word travels here.
Ah, you did, and so you shall assist in this case.
Eat
All
my
right.
hairy butt.
Okay. She's lying. You don't know what exactly she's lying about, but she's lying through her teeth, and she's not very good at it.
Ma'am, we do not appreciate liars.
And then she stands up. I'm sorry, we just met. Is that a threat?
Yeah, no. I put a
No.
hand on his shoulder and back him away.
How about
It's not a
you just
threat,
come
but I think it's
clean?
very rude for you to lie to somebody who you just met.
so? Please, please,
Down
so.
boy.
I'm just having a
What my
conversation.
friend meant to say is we are interested in how you actually know about us.
Correct.
No harm, no threats. We're just curious. We noticed that you're withholding some information.
Well, I suppose there's no harm in letting you know. That's not exactly uncommon knowledge, but the guild has ways of finding out information. We have many people at our employ, and we were notified immediately the moment you got to the city gates. We try to keep abreast of our adventures. It's, as you can imagine, having several powerful individuals walking around completely unchecked is not exactly good business practice.
But we are just lowly silver-ranked adventurers.
Oh, after Irongrass Prison, we'll see about that.
So do you lie to all of the other adventurers that come through here, or is it just us?
She smirks slightly. Only when it's necessary. Makes it easier. Prevents a lot of annoying questions.
Like the ones we're giving you right now?
I feel like it creates
She-
questions.
She smiles like a shit-eating grin. Smiles and nods.
I smile back.
I facepalm.
Sorry.
So
my
crosses
math
his
stays the
arms in
same,
defeat.
but the eyes twinkle.
And she says, well, since we're being completely forthright here, we didn't actually hear from Neela. As we understand, Captain Neela is bedridden. That's a shame. Sweet girl.
Yeah.
But we do know that you had been traveling with her since you left from here with her. It's all right here in your file. And she opens up, and there are like facial drawings of everyone there, like little portraits. What essentially
I want to see mine. I want to see mine.
looks like a stat sheet, like a D&D character sheet, practically. And
It is to my understanding that Neela's not an adventurer. Isn't she affiliated with the Fighters Guild?
No, okay. You recall that Neela is
She's a
captain
guard.
of a guard squad. Although they have information on her because she was with you,
Okay.
as in part of the quest.
She was one of the clients.
Yeah, she was our client. Yeah, you're right.
So she starts flipping through the book. Okay, or well, the file. Right,
I want
right.
mine to be similar to this.
So, are you our personal handler?
And she looks up. Oh, well, I don't know if you'd like me to be. And just about anyone really can help you out, but I've become quite familiar with your group's goings on, so it'd probably be easier if you just dealt with me.
May I have your name, ma'am?
Yes.
Her name is
Joy.
Nice Sanji picture.
Yeah, I want my poster to look like that.
Can you imagine if I was like, yeah, it's Nurse Joy?
Are you rolling on a table?
No.
Finally got a tray.
I'm looking through my Google Drive. Her name is Taya Hearthheart.
I used to know Ataya. That was her name. I'm trying to remember that name forever. Thank you.
I spelled Taya.
I'll read it.
He put in the Discord.
Thea.
Thea.
I said Taya. It's
I know what I heard.
Well, it's spelled
It's
Thea.
pronounced Thea.
And I'm telling you, in their local dialect, they say Taya.
Well, it's not spelled right, Sin.
That's literally okay.
It doesn't matter. Moving on.
No, in a fantastical world where I make the fucking language just Taya.
Oh, okay, I see how that works.
There's
Okay.
gonna be a tiny boulder coming for you soon.
I see how that works, in.
I
I see
almost
that.
did. I almost did.
I think I've lost
This
trail.
building.
A
trail
flying
of
cup
conversation.
comes out of nowhere and hits So in the head.
So
Hey,
she's
there's plenty
watching
of-
for us as soon as we come into the Adventure Guild. She comes to get us. We're at the counter now, talking to her.
Yes.
Have a
All right.
file. Got her name.
So yes, she's actually points to her name tag. Says, "My name's Taya. Taya."
I
with,
didn't notice that. I am sorry. I was so enraptured by your.
You're also
Beautiful
not used to
face.
this height.
She bats her eyelash as well. Thank you. As I was saying, it seems like
Affectionate +2.
you've had quite a rough time of it. Are you a party now? And then Bombus pipes up. We're working on it. You know, we got some ideas out there, but
I suppose so. Yes. Do we need to report the demise?
Don't we also have some issue to take up with our previous
our-
quest?
Yes. How we? Well, do
We're
we? Is it with
severely
the Adventures Guild?
underwarned.
I assume in that file lists the original members of that party that went on the quest, correct?
Oh yeah, we have some updates.
she says, let me see. And then she looks up. Oh. Actually, now that I think about it, 2 of you are not here. Where
I
is
pull out my
Sir
vial. Everett is right here.
I face
She
palm.
she looks, eyes go wide for a moment, and then they go back to normal. It's like, yeah, she kind of sees this thing on. It's like, and you kept a keepsake. How sweet of you.
Uh-huh.
Kind of half no teeth smile. Right.
How
Please take that
rude.
off of my counter.
Okay, come back, Everett.
That's that's terrible.
I
And
face palm a little bit.
and what about the dark elf?
He just left.
Yeah, he left the party.
He retired.
And it says, actually, hold on a moment. And she goes and picks out another file that she had there. This one's not bound as much. It's like actually way bigger. It's like bigger than you guys' file. And-
Just for Valis?
Valis has been doing some things since he left.
Alice has some
and
history.
then she's like, oh, all right.
I wonder how
And
many of
then-
those are complaints.
And then she puts it on the counter. Right. Let's see. And as she opens the first page, you see a picture of Valis, but with a shaven head. And, like, you wouldn't forget his face. It's definitely Valis with a shaven head. Still has the goatee. And she's like, actually, you said you thought he retired? Nope. He was actually here several days ago.
Shocking.
And
Fine, he
it's-
retired from us.
It seems he's actually gone to a nearby kingdom on a diplomatic quest. Interesting.
Huh. How well that's gonna go.
Does this sound like anything he would do, Lindal?
He's unpredictable at the best of times.
Well,
I
and
have no
interestingly enough, he's actually we have him listed down here as a 6th level adventurer.
What does that mean?
Look at that boy go.
What level are
He
we?
leveled up.
We're level 5. Metagaming, sorry.
No, that's not metagaming. So, okay, sidebar. The feel free to talk about game mechanics within the guild, because what the point I'm trying to get across to you is, like, you can tell based on like how they have files on you guys and stuff. It's essentially a stat sheet. Like, they're giving you guys levels and stuff to keep track of you, to, like, so they can give you appropriate quests and things like that. So when she says she's like 6th level, I mean that as a direct correlation to like you guys being.
Okay.
Yeah. He leveled up.
Do we know this, or because I get the feeling like we were kind of just thrown into this adventuring thing?
You guys, no, you
we
guys.
can ask that.
You guys are pretty new. This was your first quest at the Adventurers Guild, but like you know, like the basics.
Okay.
But
And how does the coloration of correlate? Yes, correlate with.
You're talking
level
about
rank.
the actual ranks.
Yeah, so like,
Taya
we're
looks
silver,
over
but
and
level
says,
5.
Taya looks over, hears you guys discussing this. Oh, I have a pamphlet, and she reaches under her, under the counter, and hands you a
Oh.
sheet of
I'll take
paper,
it.
which has some information on rankings, which is now pasted in the D&D channel.
I assume it's not actual by level, but more by reputation.
Well, it's in the
Read
D&D
the
channel.
pamphlet.
It's by level.
Read the pamphlet.
Ah, interesting. Great enough these can waive the level requirement. Okay.
Do they even exist?
All right. Good to know.
And she also notes, and you should know this by now. I would expect adventurers such as yourselves to have checked, but the plates that you carry around are indeed made of that metal. I've heard of many adventurers once they retire selling their plates for some quick coin.
That sounds like adventurers down on their luck.
She shrugs. It happens. Not all of them are all that successful. Everyone wants to go out, be famous, and then as soon as she says that, Kaara, you hear Gladius. Yes.
Down, boy, down.
Go out, slay monsters, and more often than not, it doesn't end well. There's a lot of deaths in this line of work.
Yes, I am very familiar.
She looks over. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Would you like to expand upon that?
Well,
Well, we have a vial of one of our companions right
I
with
just
us.
say my parents were
I
adventurers.
I give Everett a loving pat.
My parents were adventurers, and my sister is an adventurer.
Am I to assume that your parents are no longer with us?
Yes, they died.
Oh,
How's your sister?
not cool.
Last I heard, she is fine. Actually, I asked the handler, Miss Taya, would you have any news on Aaron Tallfellow and her
Aaron
party?
Tallfellow and
E-R-A-N. Yes.
okay, all right. Right. She scribbles down like a little piece of parchment. And you're Lindal Tallfellow. Oh, I see now. All right. One moment. Just so you know, normally I wouldn't give this information out so freely, but you seem to be a relative. One moment. She steps back, goes and talks with one of the other men working behind the counter. Gets another file, comes back, and she opens it up, and you see a portrait of a dark-skinned halfling woman who has like her hair braided. Like Lindal has like tied dreads, whereas she has her like really thin braids tied up in almost like a ponytail, and it says that she is actually a 5th level adventurer. And it looks like the last quest. Like this is Taya reading, trailing her finger across the page. Looks like she went to go deal with. Looks like there was some sort of gargoyle attack reported in a nearby town.
That gets Kaara's interest.
It looks like she'll probably should be back fairly soon if you'd like to.
Is she
wait around.
actually operating out of this town?
Well, this quest was taken, actually not here, from Stoutland, but it has taken her here. I'd be surprised if she didn't turn in the quest at this location.
Well, if she does, let her know that her brother is in town in the area. I'd love to
certainly.
meet up with her.
I bend down to Lindal and whisper in his ear.
How? I'm sitting on shoulders, bro. You have to bend down.
You have to bend up.
Okay, well, I'll tap him and kind of whisper to him, please let me know what information you get from that, because I am very much interested.
Well, I am assuming that's Aaron. The job will be successful. So
Can I shuffle through my file and see what it says?
I
about
only
this?
hope so.
I'd turn to him and ask him, why do you have such a sudden interest in gargoyles?
Personal.
Personal. Okay. Thought we were supposed to be friends, making bonds here. Just
Friends can have secrets.
that is true.
Also, friends don't intimidate
not.
friends.
And I apologized. I will not pry.
And
Moving on. Yeah.
And it's just like she flips through your file, Darvin, and it's one page. It's 1 page long. It is
Nice.
It's your picture. it's actually drawn in a very cartoonish style.
I
Like,
love it.
They didn't get your mask right at all. It's like it's barely even you. In fact, in comparison to how you actually look, it's like one of your sillier drawings that you've made of Darvin.
I think I drew it myself.
And it just you looking really surprised, and says well, we don't really have much on you, sir.
I also asked to see my file.
May as well just send them all
Could
out
we
to all
not
of us.
measure our dick
No,
sizes
no,
right
no,
now?
no,
and
actually,
move
I'm
on?
not measuring. I'm looking for some information. My character's looking for some information.
And then she pulls out Tsou's file, which has a picture of Deva, in it as well. It says, I'm sorry, what information are you looking for? Anything in particular here? Or?
I want to read through it myself. I don't acknowledge her. I'm looking for if there's any information about my.
Did you just reach and take the file?
No, I'm just looking through it. Can I see it from here?
I'm just looking through it.
I mean, no, it's like upside down. Dude, just reading it.
I just want to take a quick glance through. I'm making sure. I want to see if there's some information pertaining to me in here.
Says, well, by all means.
All right. So I just want to know whether or not there's any information in here regarding my condition.
Oh, I see. Or you start looking through. Doesn't really have anything like that. Just there's a little section describing your demeanor as per reports. It's just that you're a pretty solemn person, a little creepy, essentially. But it doesn't really have anything else.
All right. I'm just making sure there was no information in there about my condition. I give it back.
Yes. All right. Well, if we're done with that, and by the way, Bombus at this point is like, yeah, this is dragging on. Can we hurry up? And says, oh, well, excuse me. So, all right, the matter of Irongrass Prison. I heard one of you said you had some questions about this quest. We received word from Mr. Stain that the quest was successful. Is that right?
Well, depends on how you consider
Yes, it was successful.
Yes.
The prison has been destroyed since we've been there.
Her eyes go wide for a moment. Are you telling me
Face palm again.
Irongrass Prison, the most secure facility in this country, has been destroyed, where we send our most dangerous criminals?
Well, part of it is in ruins.
Only part.
She's scribbling furiously on a piece of paper, just, all right.
So I guess we give her the whole tale, minus the cursed polywhirl squirrels.
And minus the part where it's our fault.
It says,
It wasn't our fault. The warden sent us on that trip.
She goes, oh, you're making a report? Okay.
Can we go to a private room to discuss this?
She raised an eyebrow. And what would be the need for that?
I mean, do we need to hold up other people
No,
around?
there's no need. We don't have any classified information.
She looks suspiciously at all of you. Well, luckily for you, we do have one room open. These are typically reserved for more pressing matters, but I believe we can use it for just a moment. Right this way. She picks up the file, adjusts her glasses, and leads you across the guild hall. You guys walk in procession through like a side meeting room. And inside this room, you note there are several paintings of who you believe to be various famous adventurers. Like there's one individual in gleaming gold armor, like standing over a troll with a dagger plunged into its head. You see another individual with an eye patch and a black bandana tied around his head, carrying a wooden staff in black robes. You see another. It's a hooded old man. You can't see, like, the painting obscures the top half of his face. The bottom is like a silver goatee with little bits of black in it.
This painting?
It's a painting. Yes.
Okay.
And they're just
a really important painting.
Yeah, they're all just kind of around the room, looking around, and then at the head of it is a portrait of a dragonborn, with red scales, wearing glasses, wearing a suit, in kind of a presidential. No, not presidential isn't the word I want. He has his hand resting, or no, his face resting on his fist, and
Like
his
one of the
arm on the table.
a nobility.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Aristocratic.
Aristocratic's a better word, yes.
And he's wearing like a black suit, and underneath that photo, or rather that portrait, you see a plaque, like a placard, and it says notes. Hold on. Control F. It's around here somewhere, unless I wrote it down on actual paper.
Actual paper? You tree murderer?
I do that sometimes, yeah.
I can't believe my wanted poster is Darvgar.
Oh, okay. And under that one you see Draylin Ultis. Like that. Anyway, Bombus walks over to some of the more arcane-looking photos and starts just kind of reading through them and goes, bet I could learn some stuff from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Darvin, as you walk in the room, actually, and you glance at the photos, you're just kind of like, oh, look at this one, look at that one, and then you see the one of the old man, and a shiver runs up your spine, just for a moment, and notably, you can't seem to make out the name on the portrait underneath it.
Am I just unable to read it, or is it obscured?
Why don't you go check?
Okay.
Make a perception roll. Yeah, you know what? You're not sure why. You just can't seem to read it.
Can I ask someone else to read it?
I mean, go ahead.
Hey, Lindal, can you read this?
Oh, system.
Is my perception high enough to just read it, or do I need to roll?
Oh, you can roll.
Oh, system. Since I also have a pretty high perception.
You proficient? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And Lindal, walks over, and so does Kaara, and he looks at it and
Do
goes,
I? Oh, am I still writing, Darvin?
I guess you are on top of him, that's right. Says, and then you're like, you can't read it either.
Down. We're not in the fucking outside anymore. I get down, yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't read it, cool. Can't read it. Don't know what this says. Thea!
No one can read it.
Taya. Sorry. Do you know who this painting is of?
Oh, yes, that's a very famous adventurer. Used to walk these very halls. His name is... forgive me, I'm sorry. I just can't remember at this moment. Maybe ask around. I'm sure someone knows.
You know,
It's
every
an
time
old
I've
man,
tried to
right?
ask someone about this sort of old man-looking person, his name just sort of flies right out their brain, and I'm starting to get concerned.
I'm convinced that there's some sort of magic in play here, causing people to forget.
I don't believe I'm under any sort of spell, if that's what you mean, but I can't really comment on that.
Nobody can seem to read the text under it either.
Oh, what do you mean? And she walks over and looks at it. Oh, well, it just looks scratched off to me. I guess we need to replace that plaque.
With what name? You can't remember it.
I'm sure someone knows. It's just slipped my mind. I'm sure you're worried about nothing.
All right, so
No.
back to our report.
So as we were saying, you mentioned that you wanted to talk privately, yes?
I don't. Some of our party
Correct.
did, yes, I guess. I don't know. To my knowledge, we're not wanted. There's no bounty.
There shouldn't be.
We don't have
Well,
classified
luckily
information.
for you, we are not an arm of the government.
So there
So-
is a bounty?
Well,
I never said that.
Well, then why
I
would
wanna
why
roll
would
a,
we be lucky?
Insight.
Okay,
Uh,
alright. DM note. I feel like there's like a disconnect here. She's saying that
there were a bounty.
if there were a bounty, like, they wouldn't necessarily turn you in.
Mm.
we may get some
okay.
protection here.
And you recall that pamphlet she gave you said that adventurers come in all shapes, sizes, and alignments.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So she's looking at you expectantly. So
Well, so the mission was to escort 3 prisoners to Iron Grasp.
In summary,
Noah, a cultist of some sort, Zug was an orc bandit, and finally Hollow Shiv. On the way there, we got ambushed by some associates of his. So I don't know if we were actually alerted to him being so dangerous, and with also other people.
right, okay. So you essentially regale her on everything that transpired.
Yeah.
Right. And she says, I am not sure what you mean. We just have here, you're escorting 3 prisoners. And she goes, wait a minute, you said one of them was who now? Hollow
Hollow
Shiv?
Shiv, correct.
That can't be right.
Well, it is.
Start flipping through the notes. It's Hollow Shiv is a platinum ranked criminal.
Yeah, go figure.
yeah, he almost killed us.
And she's looking around like,
We got by well, I have a beak, but I guess the saying is the skin of our
Skin
teeth.
of our face.
that's no. Surely you're mistaken. That such a gross oversight would never happen at the
You
guild.
could send a letter to the warden.
If she leans forward, if what you're saying is true, I suspect that there may be something else at play here. That's never happened before. That goes
was
much
my
farther
idea.
than some sort of clerical error. I'm just a secretary. I'm not really sure this is my place, but it may be worth looking into.
Did we give her the names of the other 2, the orc and?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Okay.
In summary, remember, Lone? In
Yeah,
summary,
yeah.
he did.
Alright.
Did we
He tuned
also?
out.
Because you said up
Tuned
until
out for the fate of line.
what about what we did in the prison under it? And
Well,
the
we
whole-
haven't
Oh,
gotten to that part yet.
Okay.
I guess I'm
No,
on
well,
top.
anyway, so she's and you said he got away. Oh dear.
Yeah, he was assisted by 2 others who seemed to have similar, I guess, alignment or powers to him, and they were
played
very
with us.
strong. Yeah, they toyed with us. We were no match for them.
Like little mice.
Sounds like you were lucky to make it out with your lives. How did you escape?
Coward's
Some
way.
very quick thinking on our party to be able to gather us up and get the hell out of there,
If he's as strong as you say he was, he probably let you go.
which is what I assume. But I don't know why. It doesn't really make sense why he would even bother with us.
And this is, by the way, the first time that Tsou and Deva are actually hearing this entire story.
Yes.
She goes, she leans back in the chair, rocks for a moment. Oh, she puts her face in her hands. She's giving me so much paperwork.
Did we tell her how?
Sorry,
under what conditions the prison was destroyed?
Yes,
Yeah,
Lone.
we haven't gotten to that part specifically. We're
Well,
just
see,
talking
I
about the
keep
escort
asking, Sin, because Lex says
I'm
we're
just-
not at that part yet.
I'm just fucking with you. Because you were like, let's go.
He keeps tuning out.
Yeah.
She goes, all right, well, I'll just make note of that. Hollow Shiv at large. Oh, this may cause a small panic. We have to keep this on the low end of things. As for his associates, I have no idea who they might be. That Whew, that sounds like a quest in and of itself. The guildmaster will have to hear this.
If I recall correctly, I think one of their names was, when they were talking, one of their names was, sorry. Tristan and Gavin, I think, were the two people.
You got both of their names.
They were having a discussion while they were playing with their food, so to speak.
She's still writing as she's talking. Likely that those were aliases. I'm certain they wouldn't give out their real names, but nonetheless, even if it is an alias, that should give us some valuable information in deriving their true identities.
Well, I just wanted to make sure this was being reported as well.
Good work, Kaara. That's good detective work.
Mhm.
Now, this prison. What happened there?
So it seems like one of the doctors had some more nefarious
For the
undertones.
Hey, Lex, for the sake of brevity, is there anything in the story that you want to leave out?
Yeah.
Anything incriminating.
Yeah, pretty much anything incriminating. I mean, mostly just to say that the doctor was trying to kidnap Valis, and we tried to get him back, so we got into confrontation.
That's not incriminating. I don't think that's.
Well, we're trying to rescue one of our.
So you just want to leave out the part with the symbol, yes?
Yes, more or less. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. So she's like, "Is this doctor all right? Did you kill this man?"
Unfortunately,
I tried to save him.
we were forced to put him down.
My understanding that they killed this man before we met up the day
It's
before.
technically it was Everett that killed him, and he's already dead. So
And Bombus, and it's like, wow, you guys sure kill a lot of people.
do not.
It was in self-defense. We were trying to retrieve our party member.
And he says, "Oh, I'm sure. Just seems like you guys are trouble magnets."
Well,
Yes.
Well, you're the,
Understatement.
that part's
Well,
Anyway,
you don't have to stay with us if you don't want to. Now's a good time to leave if you're going to.
he looks kind of side to side. And, what? No. I tightened his collar. I have my reasons.
You're a fun little dude, Bombus.
Hey, right back at you, mask boy.
So that's pretty much what happened at the prison.
You left out something very important. You said it exploded. Wait, why'd you let the prisoner out? I'm not understanding. It
Again,
said on my report.
Everett's decision.
And okay, well,
The original part of the quest was for us to retrieve the prisoners who may have been stuck inside of the prison. So we thought that was a part of it, and things kind of got a little out of hand from there.
deception roll.
I'll assist.
Is it deception though?
Deception roll.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Shoot.
You said you're assistant Darvin?
Yes.
Oh!
Why are you so
damn
bad
it.
at that? You cannot do any more charisma rolls.
Well then, speak up!
Are you
Yeah,
even
he has-
skilled in deception?
No,
he's
I'm
not.
not.
Charisma.
Stop it!
Then speak up!
I've been speaking up. I'm not the one that's told to roll.
Alright, and says, well, it seems like if you disagreed with what your party member was doing, you should have done something.
The
You're
man
all
had a flail.
responsible for this.
I regret that.
The man had a flail and seems to be tainted.
Well,
Be that as
It was
may,
stupid. Yes, it was a foolish.
Well, considering we did not know who this person was, and we had a quest parameters to fulfill, I don't think it was an unsound decision to make.
We felt at the time it was prudent to let him out. He seemed to have intel on what was going on.
He was
Further
like
in
a
the prison?
divining rod for finding where the garbage was.
she's writing.
When I failed to release him normally, multiple times, we should have just let be.
She says, "Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah. We did have
But
that
we
magic
didn't.
ring that revealed the way with his book.
Well, luckily for all of you, this correspondence I have from Eobard Stain, the warden
Was
of
it Stain or Kane? I had written down Kane.
Maybe I made a typo. I was pretty sure. Maybe I wrote Stain and said Kane.
Okay.
I'll go back and watch it. It's fine. So we'll just call me Yabard for now. Okay. That's me being a bad DM. So this correspondence says that you were rendered payment and he will not be pursuing any sort of charges against you. It seems that whatever happened in that prison, he seems grateful.
And he seems to not.
Well, I guess that's settled then.
Yeah.
And as I said, and again, lucky for you, we are not affiliated with the government. The guild maintains its individuality and neutrality. And as long as no one is accusing you of anything, we have no obligation to report you. We wouldn't be able to retain adventurers if every time their hands got a little dirty, we had to go tell the King's Guard. So, you can rest easy for now.
Small blessings for that.
Well,
still feel
it just
being
seems
judged.
weird that the prisoners that we were escorting were a lot more powerful than we seemed.
She's still writing. Yes, indeed. I'm not sure how that happened. It'll be worth pursuing. Listen, if you would like me to be your go-to quest giver, next time you come in, ask me. I'll see what I can dig up.
Yes, that'd be most appreciated.
We'll remember for Taya.
All right. Now then.
Oh, damn it.
So, now that that's out of the way, you are paid. Do you have any other business here? Are you looking for a new quest? And oh, I almost forgot. What name should I put down on this file? Are you a
This
party?
is coming up. We're still deciding on a name.
Do you have any suggestions?
Me? Well, how many? There's 5 of you. Some of you are small. That one. She looks over at Darvin,
The
squints.
Pentaprix.
What are you?
That's rude.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I apologize. It takes all kinds to be adventurers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We all seem to be lost souls in this here trip today.
That's not our party name. Sorry.
Oh no, I didn't. Not a suggestion.
Yes, it was. And she's thinking for a moment. Oh, I'm not terribly good at naming parties.
Can we get back to
It's fine. We can decide this later. Just put down our names for now.
All right.
Do all our initials make a funny name?
No.
She goes, all right. If you intend to continue adventuring together, I would recommend that you do come up with a name. All of the most successful adventurers have a name that they go by. It helps with recognition.
You know, you're not the first person to tell us that in the past couple of days.
I think the people here, we're all a little afraid of commitment.
No, I don't want to go down in history with having a stupid party name.
And who's to say you can't change your name?
Can we change our
Can't
name?
No, there's no reason
Are there
why you could.
administrative fees?
Yes, actually, but there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to. I would imagine after this hefty payment sum listed at Irongrass, you'd have no problem changing your name.
So there's a payment involved.
Yes.
How
There's
much?
lots of different paperwork to update files, that sort of thing. We'll distribute the information. Per name change, to be 100 gold.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sit on that.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, so I point to the paper that Lindal had. Can you tell us anything about this wanted bounty?
Oh, and to clarify, that the first name is free. After you change it, then it costs money.
That's how
That
they get
was-
you.
If that wasn't clear. What'd you say, Raven?
I was asking about the bounty guy picture.
Oh, from the
Yeah.
The guy with the tattoo.
she looks down. I don't have any more information on it, but I'm sure we have something on the quest board over there. Yeah, if you'll follow me back outside, we can discuss this further.
Follow.
So, if there are no objections, she leads you out of the room, back into the busy guild area. There's a lot of clerks and secretaries taking care of various different adventuring parties. You see in the corner of the room one large character. Like he's like a Goliath barbarian, is like pounding on the counter. Says, "Don't you stiff me! I was promised 50 gold a head. What? I don't give a damn about protocol. And then some of the adventurers step up, hands on weapons. Listen, we don't want any trouble. All right, we all came here to get paid. I think you should leave that poor young lady alone." And then he pulls out an axe. "You wanna go? Huh? Huh?" And then Kaara, in your head, you hear, "Let's fight him. Let's do it. Let's do it. We can take him. We can take him out right now. You and me. We'll make a name for ourselves right here in this town. Let's do it."
No.
And Taya waves her hand. They'll take care of it. All right, let's just go over here. And as you guys continue your conversation, you can kind of hear him like yelling loudly.
You gave me a little devil on my shoulder.
Devil,
And-
no angel.
And so she goes over to the quest board and goes, here we go. Silver. Okay, that's just right up your alley. So you're interested in this bounty, eh? Well,
Yeah.
There's actually not a lot of information about this one. I'd actually assume you might have heard about this already. It's the talk of the town.
Why is that?
You haven't heard?
Well, we know of we came in early in the morning today, and we just know that there was the whole commotion that was going on in the city. So we're still trying to figure out some things.
Well, there were some reports of another individual there. I don't have any more information, but some of the eyewitnesses at the epicenter of the explosion might be able to tell you more. Notably, where we at? Here we go. Notably, you might want to go talk to Aelin Gultera. Was the owner of an inn that was destroyed in the commotion last night.
This is part of the mass vigilante bounty.
Yes, we have reports that he claims to have seen a mass vigilante in the scene fighting some individuals there. It's all very muddied. It'd be best if you spoke to him yourselves.
Okay, well at least that's something that gives us to go on.
And he was a merchant, you said?
Owner of a guild, or owner of an inn.
Okay. Thank you.
Before we leave, there's something I want to look into. I'd like you to find somebody here who can recite the name of this picture we saw, the man in the picture we saw. No one we've come across who's mentioned him can seem to remember anything about him.
You don't know about that. You don't know that the person Darvin's looking for is the same person. You don't have any idea.
Oh well, it's just an old. Well, I just think it's odd that my character has noticed that people have been forgetting.
We
stuff.
keep having issues with people forgetting
and it always seems to be
a
an old
very
man,
recent appearance.
right? Darvin's been pretty loud about that old man at the.
Did you draw a picture of the old man, Darvin?
No, he didn't.
Don't worry, I'll sketch one out right now.
Hand it to her and make it a job.
All right. Good. And
Do we know why Neela sent us here? Again, was that ever addressed?
that was a lie. Neela didn't say anything.
Or the Blackguard wanted us to come here.
Well,
Blackguard recommended you come here, but originally she said that Neela had sent word that's not the case.
Okay.
And so we're also not going to find out why nobody can remember anybody's names.
that's one of the things to do.
Well, you just asked, right?
I suggested
Yeah,
Darvin post a job for it.
She didn't say anything in reply, so that's why.
Well, did Darvin post a job for it?
Don't worry, he's sketching right now.
Well, not even just
Well,
that picture. The one
While
we just saw.
while Darvin is trying to figure out what's going on here. Could you tell us a little bit more of what happened last night? It seemed, from what I was able to...
Reports are streaming in a very incoherent manner. Honestly, nothing I really tell you is going to be satisfactory. You're just going to have to go down there yourself and find out. Although we do have a quest listed for it already. This one has a pretty sizable reward in the several hundreds of gold pieces. They're looking for a group of adventurers, although this one has a gold rating, to track down this cult and route them from this city.
Can I see this quest she's talking about on the quest board?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna take it. The quest.
Okay. Alright, you grab it.
Yeah, alright. We'll look into this.
Alright.
There you
Well,
go. This is exactly the poster that Darvin puts up on the board.
Alright. Says, well, you're welcome to leave that there. I'll ask around. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. Alright.
And back to the matter of the man in the office. Yeah, see, you've forgotten already. The man in the office. Nobody could read.
I told you I would find someone.
Well,
She
I'm
just said
curious to
that.
find out now.
I just put up a bulletin.
I'm sorry, sir. What exactly would you like me to do?
Alright, see, is this person that you just drew, Harry, the same person that was in the picture?
Yes.
Harry doesn't know.
This is what
No.
Darvin remembers.
Well, alright, that's what I'm asking. Does this person look the same?
He doesn't.
person-
Reivhyn. Okay, sidebar. He doesn't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You can't. Like, they don't physically look the same, or they?
That
they
is
do physically
literally
look the same?
the entire point. That he
You remember
doesn't
that
know.
frog I posted last night?
No, I don't remember a frog you posted.
That eldritch monster frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, think of it like that.
It keeps changing and shifting.
Okay. All right. So this is still a separate matter that Tsou's interested in. Then, all right. So if he doesn't know that that's the same person, he's asking about this particular case because this is like the third occurrence of somebody forgetting something, and this lady says that she knows somebody who might be able to answer that question. So I want to know. I'm trying to find out if it's like a charm or something, like some kind of magic. If the next person who's supposed to know doesn't know,
Calm down, so.
all right, whatever. Fine, whatever.
No, I'm.
No, let's go. Bucket. Let's go.
It's incomprehensible at this point in the story.
No, she already said she was gonna ask. So I'm trying to figure out what else do you want her to
Because
do.
no, I wanted to be here when it happened. I wanted her to
Just-
go get somebody now.
So she hears you guys talking amongst yourselves.
Nah, fuck it.
listen,
I'm done. I've
I'm-
lost interest. Let's go.
I haven't.
All right.
Thea, please
What a strange person.
please notify us once you find any information on this man.
I'm sorry. What did you call me?
Tia.
It's Taya.
Taya?
yeah,
I'm sorry.
insensitive.
My
Uh,
bird beak kind of gets messed up a couple of times.
It's fine. You know, different dialects. The adventures are from all over. I don't fault you for it.
I
It is
apologize.
Taya. I look forward to seeing you all again. Please, if I can be of any help, if the guild can assist you in any way, then please come back. Happy travels.
Thank you very much for your assistance, Taya.
Oh, sorry. 2 questions. Do you have a training hall here, and do you also have accommodations for people to stay?
This location does not have living arrangements for adventurers. There is a training hall in the Fighters Guild. Maybe you could discuss this with them.
Okay.
Perhaps they would allow you to use it.
Great. Thank you so
And
much.
she waves you off and is immediately overtaken by another party trying to ask questions about a quest. And she kind of forgets about you immediately.
Well, that's all. Alright, we'll leave.
All right. You guys are back out into the city.
Man, we got some impatient fucks here.
Yeah.
And Bombus is like, honestly, I thought the whole thing took too long.
For someone who prides themselves on getting information, I am surprised you would say that.
Well, there's one thing to get information. There's another thing to meander like a bunch of fuckwits.
You got me there.
I've
I
misjudged
mean
you.
no offense. I I just like to get things done in an efficient manner. Is all. That's actually a really important pillar of proper governance. I was reading a book one day.
Let's walk and talk.
And he starts going on before he realizes no one's paying attention and gets kind of sullen a little bit.
Where are we walking and talking to?
So I guess we're just going into the middle of this guild district, trying to figure out now what's the next course of action.
All right. So yeah, guys, where are we going?
Did we even ask what the rank and the payout for that bounty?
It was silver.
Nope.
We didn't even ask for the payout, but it was a silver rank mission, I think.
Which bounty? Sorry.
The mask vigilante.
Oh, there's no. It's still a silver mission. She said that. But there's still no award list. It just said a large reward.
Alright. So, do we immediately go at these cultists to try and help Neela? Because her arm is still a burnt husk, or do we go for the bounty, which appears to be in our ranking?
Do you have your hands in your head in your hands?
Speaking in a cup.
I'm cupping my face. I'm rubbing my face. Sorry.
Well, it seems like there may still be some things to look into for the cultists, and that's also kind of outside of our rank.
Guys, maybe before we start chasing these cultists, we should head to the library.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
It'd be a good thing if we
Are
got
you
some more
hunting down
information.
spells? Or are you
I'm looking for some information. I think it'll help all of us if I find out some stuff.
I do agree on that.
All right. Besides, I'm really curious in that mark you guys have. So,
Yeah,
let's go head to the library. Come on, guys.
Okay.
We'll follow.
All right. You guys, you saddle up. Not actually, because you're walking.
Lindal
and-
does.
I'm fine.
Lindal saddles up on Darvin's shoulder.
I take to the skies.
That's a very good picture, by the way. I'm already super into it.
What picture? Oh, that.
And so good.
You are a gift, Harry.
So, all right, you guys continue through to the collegiate district. You walk by like a large fountain. You go past a school area. There are children running about. You pass an orphanage. You pass one of the factories, like billowing steam and smoke into the air, and it seems to be some sort of blacksmith facility. It's really large. It must be like for you assume might be for outfitting a military or something. It's enormous. And then he, as he continues on, Bombus turns and says, if you guys want to go do something else, I can go handle this on my own.
Do we even have anywhere we're going to meet up? Do we agree on an inn?
Do we even know the layout of this town well enough to meet up?
Didn't the guy say you could ask a town crier? I mean, we've been here before.
We have been in here before, but we haven't really stayed in an area with all of us together.
Bombus looks around for a moment, and Bombus is going to roll perception.
Can we call
And he spots.
Taya on her cell phone?
And he spots a crier across the way, yelling, "Newest word on the mass vigilante! Mass vigilante running around town! Are we safe? Cultists, vigilantes, trouble in the court, crime everywhere! What's going on?
I'm
What's
starting to be
going on?
concerned.
That's
What if
probably
Buy a
appropriate.
silver! Buy my newspaper!
What
Buy
if
it!
people
Find
think-
out what's happening!"
I have a mask.
I don't think they're looking for you, Darvin. Plus,
No comment.
we've been outside the city since
I'll buy the paper.
this stuff has been happening.
Yeah, but I get weird looks all the time.
Well, that's because you're a special boy.
No comment.
Oh,
Anyway,
shucks.
so you go and pick up a paper, and it actually has like barely any new information except a a little blurb from some eyewitness accounts about the masked vigilante. And one of the notes is actually from the man that they spoke of at the guild, Aelin, and he says he was just well, you can't hear his voice, but he was just leaping from rooftops, leaping like some sort of crazed daredevil of some kind. I don't know. Who knows what he was up about? And that's like kind of all the new information they have there. Make sure you mark off another silver, by the way.
I just marked off 2.
Okay. Now, Bombus goes over. Hey, excuse me. The young boy looks down. Sir, what can I help you with? Where might some young, enterprising adventurers be able to stay the night around here? And he thinks for a moment. What sort of accommodations are you looking for? The kind that, make us not get kidnapped in the night or anything like that.
Bless you.
And I said, oh, well, how about the greasy snake? The greasy snake, that doesn't sound very nice,
That sounds awesome.
says Darvin. Well, if you're interested, it's, you go back down there past the guild hall, and you'll see a snake crawling out of a barrel on the side outside. You can't miss it.
So it's in the guild district, this inn.
Yes.
That seems like a fairly safe place. We either stay there or in the merchant district.
I think the guild district is maybe better.
Fine. That's where we'll meet. That's
All
where
right.
we'll stay.
Bombus adjusts his goggles. Well then, I have much research to do.
By nightfall, try and meet up with us.
If I don't forget, if I don't get too deep in my studies, I'll try. All right, see ya, friends. And he just kind of scuttles off.
Scuttles. Like a crab. Like a crab.
Like a crab walks away.
Crab battle.
What was I thinking?
Now what? Session over? We done?
No, were you about to say something?
Well, if we are all doing our own thing until this evening, I am going to head back to... Did we see if the guards took Neela's cart?
You didn't see.
Alright, well, I'm going to head back there.
Want to check up on it? I'll go with you. That seems like a worthy time.
Are you guys splitting up?
We all go together, I guess.
I mean, I was just going to fly there because I could probably get there a lot faster.
Now's not the time to be silent. I'm asking you all a question. Are you splitting up?
I was gonna go with them. I have nothing else to do.
I would rather not split up.
Okay, then. Raven, so?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Right.
Just to
okay.
retrieve her cart, yeah? Back to the inn?
Correct. Or
Or at least if it's checked in and
Yeah.
accounted for.
correct.
Did you guys leave anything on the cart, or it was all in the
Yeah,
bag?
yeah.
I left
His
something on the
stuff,
cart.
right?
Yeah, and Everett's
There's
shield.
skins and stuff. Why is a shield on the cart? Shield could be in the bag. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Now, if I recall correctly, you guys left the cart outside of town. Actually.
Correct.
Yeah. So okay. Anyway, all right. You guys head back that way, and as you cross through the Mercantile District, and cross through the Guild District, you see a large Goliath barbarian step in front of you, Darvin. Hey, you
Yes.
with the mask! He taps you on the forehead.
Ow. Oh.
You looking kind of suspicious, eh?
Hey, you really rang my bell there.
You look like the type of fella who, if I were to bring in, would give me some money from the guild. Those bastards just stiffed me.
I am not worth that much, I can guarantee you.
And he holds up the picture of the mass vigilante. Looks close enough to me.
I don't know, I think I look much cooler.
And he grabs you by the collar.
Ow.
How about you just give me 50 gold pieces, and I won't haul you in like the criminal you are.
I pull out a dagger, put it right up to his neck. How about you not?
He's
Aren't you
really
still on my
tall.
shoulders?
Put it to his
actually,
balls.
yeah, you're on his shoulder. Okay, so yeah, you
Oh,
you
never
can do
mind.
it, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I think he's
How about
still
you let
taller.
him go? And I don't bleed you across this street.
Intimidation. His eye, like his nostrils are flared. He's like breathing like. He looks around at the rest of the party and the snarling dog, and just kind of releases Darvin, who had been lifted a few inches off the ground. It's not worth my time anyway. And walks off in the other direction.
Oh, I'm gonna pat Lindal's knee and say thanks, buddy.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem like too smart of a fellow. Why the hell would a mass vigilante walk around masked in the middle of the day?
Now, you guys continue on to the guard barracks.
And will this be a problem? Do we need to cover you more?
I mean, I can
He already
alter
has a
my
hood.
appearance. I have an alter self spell.
I guess yes, just to head off any more mistakes.
It only lasts an hour though.
Whatever. That's fine. Guess we just have to deal with it.
We'll have to be
The guards
cautious.
aren't stopping you. They seem to be smart enough to not mistake you for just vigilante.
Does the party want me to change my appearance?
If you think it'll make you safer, you can do so.
Is it at will?
No, it's probably burning a spell slot.
Yeah, it's a spell slot.
Yeah, let's not do that. Moving on, DM.
Okay.
So you guys continue on to the guard house.
Self-conscious.
And it looks like in Darvin, as you're walking, you're kind of once again in a perpetual state of anxiety, darting around as you see several adventurers glancing at you and then whispering to the people next to them.
Yeah, Darvin is really self-conscious right now.
I pat your head. It's fine.
And Deva, hey, Reivhyn, are you there?
Mentally, no. Physically, yes.
I don't even know about physically.
He's muted.
Reivhyn, you're muted. Are you there? Okay.
What's up?
All right.
What?
Deva seems to take note of an air of hostility around you guys. It seems as though a lot of people seem to be keeping a close eye on Darvin. And Deva's the first to notice.
Well, your adventurer's badge is prominently displayed, is it not?
Yeah.
This should be identification enough.
But adventures
well,
come in
they
all
care.
alignments.
Being an adventurer and being someone else are not mutually exclusive. You continue
Are the
to
guards also giving us wary eyes?
The guards are whispering, but it seems as though your relationship with Neela keeps them from accosting you. Okay,
Yeah,
they seem to know of you
Darvin's
well.
gonna
At least
pull
in
his
this
hood a little lower.
in this area of the city, they seem at least to know you. Seem to know you well enough to know that.
Well, that's our alibi. So,
So you in there, and the guards seem to have taken your cart into the city, and you see Gabriel.
Gabby.
Hail, adventurers!
Hail.
You left your cart out there. I thought I'd take the liberty of bringing it in for you. Wouldn't want any brigands stealing your items. Is this a monster's head? He holds it in disgust.
Yeah.
talk to the bird.
Well,
It's
the head's
yours.
not mine, but I think that may be Darvin's. And also, that wasn't our cart; it was
All right. It's not
Neela's.
always my head.
Are any of these items belong to you?
Yes. There should be a bag with some pelts in there, and then like a shield, as well as there was one other thing.
He starts like routing through the bags and stuff, and he digs a hand into one and like recoils in disgust as he
Hey,
pulls
you
out like
may
a
want to watch.
floppy spine tentacle and goes, and then looks at you and looks back at the tentacle, then looks back at you, back at the
Hey,
tentacle,
hey,
and
hey,
then
Those-
slowly
hey.
puts it back
Yeah.
into the bag and
There's-
like wipes his hand on his pants.
It's a component.
Lindal laughs out loud.
There's a couple of interesting monster parts in there, but
It's
yes,
exactly
that's
what you
ours.
think, Gabe.
It is not.
Well, I see. He just kind of puts the bag down carefully, like towards you guys.
I'll take it.
Right. And there's a shield here. Okay.
Yes.
That should be everything. We'll index the rest of these supplies and make sure Neela's belongings are well taken care of. Listen, you've done us a good deed here. Neela's one of our own, and we do appreciate this. If you need something, if you get into trouble, come talk to myself at Barclay. We might be able to help you out. He winks.
Yes. We like
goes back
Neela
to
as
the
well.
guardhouse.
So, I guess we'll grab our stuff.
Do you think in a town this large we'd finally be able to put your pelts to use?
Well, that was my idea. Yes.
All right. Now,
secure lodging then.
so what are you guys doing?
I would like to go to the merchant district to see
At
if
this
there's.
point, after you guys been walking around there, where it's like 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I want to go secure lodging. Make sure we have a room at our agreed upon inn.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Okay, let's
Greasy
keep it
snake.
moving.
It was.
If there's no argument. Okay, you guys all head to the greasy snake. As soon as you open the door, you hear raucous laughter. Some like people are laughing and stuff. But now this is a large inn, the largest you guys have been to so far, and it's split up into 2 levels. Up like as you walk in, you can see that on the upper level are like high-ranked adventurers, aristocrats, people of import, and on the lower level are like your standard peasants, random townsfolk, 1 or 2 like copper, silver adventurers, and at least 1 or 2 women that you suspect to be of a lascivious nature. And you guys head on in and walk up to the barkeep, who in this case is a man, clean shaven,
Shocking, gas.
has long brown hair, but it's kind of like going straight up, like it's almost like it's gelled or something. And he looks like a little familiar to you guys actually. He turns around.
Is his
He
name
goes-
Gilliam?
No. And he turns around. Ah, what can I do for you?
Hello, good sir. Secure lodging for my party.
All right, how many of you are there?
There's 5 of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. No problem. Let's see. This is a high-class establishment, I'll have you know. So, how much coin you got?
That is not how this works.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the going rate for a room?
He puts his hands up. Oh, I see you're very astute. I wasn't trying to con you at all. I was just curious. So, let's see. That will be about... Here we go. 8 silver pieces a head. 40.
Is it?
40 silver pieces total.
40 silver pieces total.
It's
Okay.
not actually that much. Insight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, roll insight.
I did.
Oh, you did? Yeah. He seems like a pretty forthcoming guy.
Alright, I will pay my share and I will cover Bombus for now until he gets back.
Okay.
I also leave his name and description for his room. Unless, or does he just give me the both keys?
He just gives you both the keys.
Alright, well, I
I mean,
ask him.
You can ask him to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold on to this key and then can you send a gnome named Bombus, his description to my room to retrieve his key?
All right, that seems easy enough. Bombus, okay.
He said how many silver was it? 8 ahead?
8 ahead. I'll pay for myself and Darvin's room.
Oh.
Okay.
You seem to be in a very troubled states, friend. At least,
Thanks.
hopefully you'll sleep well tonight.
Thanks, friend. I will sleep under the bed again.
Darvin, perception roll. Shiver runs down your spine.
I need to convert some coinage.
Nothing else happens. Just shiver runs down your spine.
Yeah, he's too distracted. He's too.
You're not honestly. You're not even sure if you're imagining it at this point. You just. Oof.
Poor boy's going
Ooh.
mad.
Chilly night.
Is it 10 gold to plat, right?
I think so.
And and
Yeah.
100 silver to plat.
Yes.
Yep.
Right, so I'll minus one of those.
Increments of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, plus 100 silver.
So we have our rooms. I'll be heading up to mine to.
Minus 16. There.
Right. And with that, the barkeep says, "It's so early. You're retiring already. Would you like any food?"
Well, I just want to store my stuff in my room. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Come back and try our coffee. Speaking of
Gladly
coffee,
try.
I would love some. I have some more in my kitchen.
Alright, I'll pay my fare as well.
I'll take some coffee.
Darvin will smell the coffee.
Kaara will drop off her stuff at the room and come back down.
I'll also go to one of the lascivious women. Ask them to. I'll pay some for some company tonight too.
Lusty barmaids.
Okay.
Oh, they were.
There are
Are they
two
rep-
women. There's a
reputable?
taller, there's a taller, like blonde, like dirty blonde, woman, and then there's another woman with like a big mole, really huge boobs, and like raven black hair.
Are they attractive?
Where's the mole?
The mole is on the top of her boobs.
Nice.
What's the going rate?
Why don't you go ask them?
I asked them, yeah.
All right. So which one do you walk up to?
The blonde.
Okay. You walk over to the blonde, and she's fanning herself with like a fan. And it's covering the bottom half of her face, and as she removes the bottom half, she has a goatee. And she turns and she says,
Darvin
Hard
takes
pivot.
interest.
and she says, "Hey, wait a minute! I've been looking for you."
No, I have not been looking for you. My friend Darvin over here may be interested, though.
And she's fanning herself. No, I only have eyes for Lindal Tallfellow.
What?
And she does the come hither motion with her finger.
So, how do you know me?
Oh, you're a well-connected individual. You should know. We heard from a certain someone in Thorndon that you'd be on your way.
I'm missing
Fans herself
context.
again.
It's
Make an intelligence roll.
Intelligence?
Make an
This is-
intelligence
to
roll.
This
recall
isn't hard to
recall
put together.
information.
Poof.
You scratch your head. You vaguely remember talking to a fat lady.
Oh, the mistress of the
Yeah.
brothel.
Yeah. The dusty
And
one.
she nods.
The dusty wench. Yes. What was her name? Do we have her name? I don't remember her name.
No, I don't
called her
think we
Ursula.
got it.
Ursula. Was it Ursula?
No,
I-
it wasn't. I called her that because her appearance reminded me of Divine.
DM. What was her name?
I don't think he ever listed the name.
I don't think I ever gave her a name.
All right. Are you speaking of the mistress of the dusty wench?
One and the same, Mr. Tallfellow.
Why would she pass my name along to you to look for me?
The madam,
Madam?
that was it.
The madam.
Said,
Yes.
We heard you were looking for information. You know, in our line of work, we come into contact with all sorts, all shapes, all sizes. And she looks
all
up
right.
and down at you.
Well, I'm willing to exchange intel. Yes.
She
A contact
covers-
then. Yeah.
She covers her hairy mouth with a finger. Well, right this way then. And she leads you out of the tavern into a back alley.
Did any of us overhear that?
Darvin, you saw him leave. You didn't hear the conversation.
Never knew he had it in him.
Did Kaara?
Deva should have heard. Kaara would not have. Kaara was like upstairs.
Oh, I put it back. Okay.
Like you're just now coming back down. Deva, do you do anything with this information?
Nope.
Man's more adventurous than I thought.
All the misunderstandings.
And so you go into the back alley, and she's like, "We heard you're looking for a certain someone, a certain duelist. Is that right?
Yes, of course. Is he here?
We've received some reports. He has a certain taste in women, a certain unique taste, and it's hard to forget a client like that.
Was he one of your clients?
No, heavens no. I wouldn't be alive if that were the case. Poor Isabel ended up in a ditch.
Oh.
Oh. He's killing
Working girls.
working girls. Yes, thank you. Try not to be rude.
I see you haven't forgotten your manners.
It wouldn't do to insult a source of information and friends.
Well, it is appreciated. Listen, we've heard that this masked vigilante might be in connection with him.
I thought I recognized a mark. I will. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Listen,
the tattoo. I believe it's from an underground fighting arena in Stoutland. It's likely that if you track this masked vigilante down, he may be able to give you more prudent information.
Tattoo from underground arena. Thank you again.
As you will. And because she kind of starts walking away.
Now, I
You snap
am
at her and she turns around abruptly.
still looking for company. Not your company. Nothing
She looks
against you.
visibly offended.
Nothing against you. It's just not my flick. If you understand.
Not into
Well, I understand some
Black
people just don't have good taste.
And I guess I am accused of one of not having good taste. Are there any ladies, any other working ladies, that I could buy some time for tonight?
There is a brothel.
I emphasize the word lady.
There's a brothel down
other ladies.
down near the industrial district. The Lover's Remedy.
All right.
A little on the pricey side, but
That is fine. I did notice that my friend Darvin's, the skull masked boy, seemed to be interested in you.
oh, was he now?
Seems so. That's what I picked up on. The lovers what? What was it? Lovers
Remedy.
remedy. Got it. Cute. So we go back inside.
She's
I
already
mean,
gone.
you're the only one who's out there.
All right, so we're inside. I pointed directly to Darvin. I introduced them even.
Hello, little man.
Hi.
I heard you were looking for me.
Yeah, you have a cool face.
Oh, I like your mask. I like a man of mystery.
Did you name your mole?
No, the other one has a mole.
What? Damn it.
Yeah, she's. Oh, a beauty mark? Me? I wish. Well, you'll just have to do with me as is. She starts running her finger up and down your shoulder. Still doing it.
I'm just watching it in amusement.
Still doing it. She's pressing harder.
I'm tired. I run upstairs.
I shake my head. Poor boy.
All right then.
I go to, I guess, the bar. Is there a bar?
We're in the
There's a
bar.
Yeah. I ask for some of that rumored famed coffee.
He turns around. Ah, yes. I knew you'd come back. Here's some of our famous chocolate coffee. and he goes and pours a super soupy black coffee into a mug for you, and he goes, "Bon appetit."
How much?
Is this like Cuban coffee?
4 silver.
Phew.
It's famous.
For these prices, yeah, it is. I slide 4 silver.
Is this like Cuban coffee, like really concentrated?
He's about to find out.
Like
drink it?
death coffee.
I do drink it.
You look at the coffee that in front of you, and it's like, it's like black as the night. Like you can't. There's no cream in it.
Sounds like coffee.
Is it like
Cuban
super
coffee.
black, like it absorbs 90% of light?
It's like Vanta black, yes.
Yeah.
And you kind of swirl it around a little bit, and it moves almost like a sludge, like a
Oh,
viscous
goodness.
viscous material. And if for a moment you hesitate,
Take a tentative sip, yeah.
make a make a wisdom saving throw,
What?
or wisdom check rather.
Alright, well, hey, you nailed it.
It'd be a saving.
And for a moment, you decide that there's nothing in it that you think could hurt you, and you throw it back.
Do I throw the whole thing back?
Yeah,
Damn.
you take a big sip, huge sip.
Okay. I mean,
Like you
what?
empty, you drain like half of it, and then you put it down, and you wait for some horrible fate to befall you. But strangely enough, it's delicious. You burned your mouth a little bit, but it's really good. It has notes of nuttiness and chocolatey flavor, and you eagerly go back to finish the rest of it. And roll a 4-sided die.
Seems like all these signature dishes have buffs.
All right. For the next 12 hours, +3 to your perception.
Holy shit. Okay, so how does... I guess I just have to make sure to add +3 to my perception rolls? Or is there a way to buff it? Sorry. Temporarily.
Just add +3. It's for 12 hours. You're probably going to sleep through it.
If he goes to
Okay.
sleep.
So, I drink it back. I am pleasantly surprised. I say, well, goddamn, you weren't kidding. This is delicious.
Ah, see? Would I lie to you?
No, clearly not. You, sir, are a man of distinction.
They don't call me Billy for no reason.
Well, Billy, for no reason, this is amazing. Did you make it yourself?
I did.
I'll let my
He
party know.
smiles.
You guys should try some of this. This is amazing.
It goes great with bootfly pie.
Boot fly pie.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering why it was gonna take you guys to realize.
Is it made from bugs or something? I don't care. It's
No.
delicious.
All
No,
right,
it's-
Lone wasn't here for that.
I already said the signature dishes give buffs.
Alright, it says, well, traveler, is there anything that you'd like to know? You seem pretty new around here. You haven't had my famous coffee before. Are you just passing through?
Darvin is peeking down from the stairs and seeing if that lady's gone.
What's the rest of the party doing? Are they just waffling around? Are they in their rooms?
I'm at the bar.
Okay. Are we just passing through? No, we operate out of this adventuring guild, and we have a number of quests that we're pursuing.
Oh, very good. You're going to need that coffee with all of the strange goings on around here.
A strange? How so?
I'm sure.
Other
you
than the
noticed
cultists and the vigilante.
I'm sure you noticed the great ball of fire.
Yes, we were locked outside of town while that was going down.
He leans an arm on the counter and then takes a sip of some of the coffee himself. Not yours, like he poured himself a cup.
I pay for another.
Okay, there you go. Another, what did I say? 4. Yeah.
How much for a glass of
Slowly
wine?
Slink over.
You wanna? Okay. He turns to you and says, "We have a combo going on. We have a bison steamed bun with bread and a glass of brandy. 5 silver pieces."
I'll take that.
Darvin peeps up, like he's peeking over the bar. He wants one too.
Does that bison come with the coffee?
No.
It's with brandy.
In your case, for an extra silver piece, you get some stew.
That's fine. Yeah. Does it company? What's the word I'm looking for? Does it go with the
Does
coffee?
it pair with the coffee?
Yes, yes.
He nods emphatically.
All right. Have the silver. Gone.
And he hands it over, and he comes back and he continues the conversation. Darvin, you ordered what did you want?
He wants the coffee and the food.
And the food.
And the food.
He also mentions that he hears you from the top of the steps. Hey, little fellow, come down. We also have a boar steamed bun with egg that also goes very well with my coffee.
I like eggs.
It's a bit more of a breakfast food.
I love breakfast.
All right, coming right up. 5 silver pieces.
Okay. Here you go.
Cash, and he's just happily counting silvers as he comes back, and now you guys are all sitting next to each other eating. So what are you doing right now?
I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Okay. Dejectedly, apparently. And so he leans over towards the counter and, well, where do I start? I'm so surprised. No adventurers got involved. Can you believe that?
Why is that?
Cultists show up in the middle of the city at night in one of the largest guilds in the region, and not a single adventurer shows up to help. Casualties could have been mitigated, I think.
I imagine there was people around. Was there something restricting them from interfering?
I don't know. You know what? I think it's this damn politics going on. You see, for a little while now, the kingdom has begun to be at odds with the guild. They think they can handle it all themselves. It's irresponsible, if you ask me. Why turn away perfectly good help when we could have saved lives? That blood is on the crown's head.
I must agree with that sentiment.
So do you think the crown restricted the guild, or the guild just refused to help because of these politics?
I don't know. I don't know too many adventurers that would turn down fresh coin.
Oh yeah, seems. We'll have to follow up with the guild with that. That's interesting.
What if it was the cult? Everyone seems to have memory problems lately.
Well, we don't know if those two are connected, though.
He turns to you. What's that? Memory problems?
We don't
What's
know.
that?
Do you let him know?
Yeah, there's been this shifty dude that I keep seeing, and no one ever seems to know his name, despite saying that they know him.
I think a trip to your local alchemist can get you sorted out right proper with that.
Oh?
Seeing visions, though, I had a brother lives down in.
While he's telling the story, I'm
Does-
leaning to Darvin. I think he thinks you have memory problems or vision problems.
He kept getting
I don't blame
confused
him.
with the ingredients for his famous bootfly pie.
Oh, Jesus.
He was saying that there was kibapi and then there was kibaj, and he didn't know whether or not to put the
Cream.
cream first or the cheese first. It was madness. Went to an alchemist, fixed him right up. Maybe that's what you should do, friend.
Oh, okay. Is my food ready?
He's already slid it in front of you.
Thank you. I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna sneak it over to Tsou and motion to Deva.
I'm good.
Not for you.
No.
Wait,
Okay.
What? Wait,
What?
what's that?
It's for Deva.
He is Deva, though.
Whatever. I'll just let it sit on his lap then.
So is like staring into the distance, forlornly. And it looks pretty mysterious.
I'm gonna eat the rest of my.
Any other interesting news?
We have a big rat problem going on around here.
How big?
Not
I'm sure some of the
interested.
lower level adventurers will take care of it, though. You guys seem just a cut above them. He motions to your necklaces.
What does it pay? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Mm-hmm.
Any other strange happenings? I'm sure you've heard the rumors about the marital issues going on.
With the
Wouldn't be-
king, yes.
Yes. Well, you can only imagine how that goes. I've heard tales that the entire royal court's in disarray. Some side with the king, some side with the queen. There's talk of some sort of royal divorce. You ever heard of such a thing in a monarchy? Who gets what?
Yeah, it usually ends with a beheading.
And he goes, "Oh God, this is what Hitchum's coming to."
Who is it? A kingdom or a queendom? Who
It's a kingdom.
is
It's a
kingdom?
matriarchy.
No, it's a kingdom. It's monarchy.
Yeah,
Monarchy.
monarchy.
Right, but who has the higher?
He just said
authority?
kingdom. It's the
Okay.
king.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because if the queen ruled, it'd be a queendom.
it would be a matriarchy if it was a queen.
It would be both of those things.
Okay.
Potato, potato.
Um.
So a royal divorce means the queen leaves.
I'm not sure if now's the time for such a thing with that orc army. God, they pick a terrible time. It's not just orcs either. Everyone's reporting it as orc this and orc that. It's a whole swath of demi-human races. I don't even know what the cause is, but they're amassing at our borders, threatening to attack at any moment.
Are they a kingdom or is it just a horde of monsters? Or
I don't
demi?
know. There's talk that they might have been amassed by one of our rival nations. But we've had perfectly adequate relations with all of our nations for quite some time now. At least according to what I've heard.
Is the kingdom, I guess, hiring adventurers or mercenaries to participate in this? I'm assuming war.
That's the thing. No. Not that I've heard of. I think they're trying to say they can handle it on their own. They don't need the Adventurers Guild.
Interesting.
Again, they're trying to do
Not our
so
problem
well.
then.
Well, we don't know how long that will be.
Yeah, well, right now it's not our problem. Not my concern.
Correct.
Politics, eh?
Exactly.
He takes his coffee cup and motions to a toast.
Toast. Clink.
I didn't vote for him. and drinks the rest of it.
Do you vote in a monarchy?
No, that's the joke.
He shakes his head at Darvin.
Pats Darvin on the shoulder.
I'm being oppressed.
He motions towards So. It's a well-trained animal you have there.
Yeah, pretty good. Lots of practice.
It took a second for So to boot back up.
Waking up from sleep mode.
I'll be back. I'm AFK.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, in that response, bartender just like, okay. All right. Anything else? What are you guys doing?
What time of the day is it?
It's like 5:30. Stuff's still open. Shop's still open. Stuff's still going on around town.
What time do the shops close around here? And also, it seemed like the attack that happened last night, was around that area. Do you know how badly the damage was?
Rumors are a lot of shops were damaged in the process. I think some shops might not open for a little while, but you're welcome to go check it out.
Any ones of note to keep watch for?
Let me see here.
Like a magic shop or a blacksmith?
Oh, we have plenty of magic shops.
Any
there
that you can
is-
recommend?
There is the Unseen Turret.
It's an interesting name. Sounds important. What kind of shop is that?
They sell all sort of magical goods. If you have a hefty amount of coin, they can also enchant some goods for you. They also offer some crafting services.
I think that may be up my alley.
I may go there with you.
If I recall, the owner is Elaine Guthen.
How do you spell
Spell
that?
Elaine?
Goose. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And now, as you guys are in the middle of this conversation, that Goliath barbarian walks in with two people on his, on either side of him, so 3 total.
Darvin is doing that thing where you cover half of your face with your palm. It's just like
And he
keep the
comes in
blinders up.
and stands to the immediate right of. Wait a minute. So where are you?
I'm just hanging out. I'm in a seat somewhere.
Where?
So you're not at the bar?
I'm close. I'm close enough to be in earshot of the conversation.
Okay. So he comes and he sits to the immediate right of Kaara. And he does. Barkeep, give me the strongest glass of ale you have. And he goes, coming right up. 4 silver. He goes, yeah. He looks him in the eye. Are you trying to rip me off too? I've had just about enough of that today. Sir, I mean no quarrel with you. It's always 4 silver. You know that. And he goes, well, give me my ale. The barkeep cleans out a glass and pours it to him and just kind of slides down the table. He downs it. Another. And he gets another one, puts more silver on the table. The two people with him sit to his right, and says, "All right, boss. So is Shanks back yet, eh? Not so loud, you idiot. Yeah, I saw him. He got that shipment from outside of the city. The guy always smells like shit. Been rooting around in the sewers again." And then he drains the rest of the cup. Slams down. Another! And the bartender, slow down that big guy. And he glares at him. And he glances around and he sees the hooded Darvin a couple seats down. Hey! You! And he stands up. What are you, deaf? I'm talking to you!
Yes.
That's a nice mask you got there. You're lucky your
Thanks.
friends are here. Maybe I'd have a little peek at it, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I think we can all hear you.
Whatever. You're not worth my time anyway. He sits back down. You note that he has that enormous great axe from before on his back. And then he goes over and starts poking Deva in the back of her neck. Whose mutt is this? You're allowing animals in here now. What'd you say?
Sir, please
Said
leave.
she's her own mutt.
He starts poking. Some more. Or what? Huh? You got something to say?
Deva bites him.
All right, make an attack roll.
Oh God.
At advantage.
Oh, is it because you're next to her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as he's biting, or as he's poking, Deva turns around with extreme speed and sinks her teeth into his massive barbarian arm, and draws blood. Like, her teeth go in deep. And he's like,
says, I'm sorry, sir. You probably shouldn't bite other people's dogs.
or poke.
Bite, poke.
Or poke other people's companions when they're minding their own business.
And he's recoiling. Ah! Ah! He just kind of shakes Deva off.
Don't forget his saving throw.
And she knocks him down to the ground. And he's, ah! You haven't seen the last of me! Come on! And he takes the 2 guys and they get out of here. And one of them turns around and glares at you. And the barkeep slow claps.
And then everyone clapped.
No, just him. Everyone else is gonna go. He's like, I never much cared for that fellow, but you better watch out. He's not all there in the head.
Who is
Yeah,
that man anyway?
Really dinked me
We
earlier.
ran into him earlier today.
Twice.
He's nobody important, just an adventurer. That's one of my problems with the guild. They just let anybody in.
Oh, that was a nat 20 too.
Actually, what is his name?
What was his name? It's already escaped me.
I don't think he said it.
No, I never said his name. But I'm pretty sure Harry was making a joke.
Was he?
Yeah, totally.
Guy goes by the name of Vimic. Don't know his last name. Or his family name, whatever. I don't know those other two with him. They're always with him. He's always cloaked by goons, you know?
It's the sign of a bad person.
Well, if they aren't careful, they'll end up dead.
It seems like you can take care of yourselves. But just keep an eye out for him, eh? Especially you, little one. I think he has some sort of a hard-on for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Really thanked me earlier.
Yeah. Well, as long as we're staying within a nice public area, hopefully he won't be making any trouble anytime soon.
Public doesn't seem to like me.
I'll
either.
drink to that. Hey, you at the end. Would you like a drink? It's the least I can do for you having to deal with that trouble there. I was talking to you, so.
No thank you.
Suit yourself. Water? Anything.
How about, some of that botfly pie you got?
You got him
I mean,
started.
botflies are a real thing.
Oh, you want the boot fly pie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like this. We take the garage and put it with the kibafi, and then the clim, the cheese, and then on top a light flaky crust. You're going to love it, mate.
It's for Deva. And I point to Deva.
She'll love it too. At least I could do is feed such a kind animal as that, clean some of the blood off her mouth. He comes back and Deva eats it, and I'm actually gonna roll this time. Roll for everyone to see. The roll 20 command /R, right?
I think so.
Damn.
Oof, well, add 1 to Deva's temporary hit points.
Is that for 24 hours again, or was it?
Did I specify a time limit?
I can't
You
remember.
said
that's what I'm
12
asking.
hours for the coffee.
Yeah, for the coffee. I don't believe I said. I think you just have that.
Okay.
And
Until it's-
even if I didn't say, I don't remember. So I'm just gonna say you just have it until you lose
Yeah.
the health.
Temporary hit points are usually just whenever they disappear, I think.
Yeah.
We don't have the rule lawyer here.
That's fine.
Temporary hit points last until you take a long rest.
Oh, well, there you go. So yours are gone. So.
Oh yeah,
but
do I
Deva-
need to roll for the coffee?
Yeah, I'll roll for you.
Okay. Sweet baby Jesus.
Add 3 to your perception for the next 12 hours. So a little into the morning when you wake up. Same thing with Lindal. All right. So, are you guys doing anything else?
We're gonna go by that shop. But what time is it now?
Yeah, but it's getting towards the,
Like,
the
it's like 6:30.
evening.
Yeah,
I think I'll visit it in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess for right
Okay.
now, just relax and recuperate for a bit.
It's around this time that Bombus walks in and hops into a bar seat and goes, "Hey, what's up, fellas?"
Oh hey.
So, how'd your research go?
Oh, I found some very interesting things. I'll tell you about tomorrow when we're all well rested.
Sounds good. Right now, we're just eating.
Sounds great. Bye. And he
Oh,
walks
okay.
upstairs to go to sleep.
Your room is ready.
Thanks. He takes the key from Lindal. Lindal.
He's muted.
He said he
Took
was
the-
AFK.
He took the key from Lindal.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to assume everyone goes to bed. Yes.
Darvin's under the
Alright.
bed again.
All right. And with that, we're going to end the session here today. I actually, with all the conversation, stretched it out quite a bit. I wanted it to be a little bit shorter, but that's fine. We're gonna end here. Make sure you guys take note of all these names and stuff. Lots going on in this big town.
Mhm.
And we're gonna pick up immediately from here next week. No, actually, yeah, next week. I'll be here next week. All right.
Next week is the 27th. I think you said the 3rd is when you were off. Okay.
what's with all the Darvin bullying?
Hmm?
That boy got rattled this session.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it's what happens when you hide your face.
Not his fault.
I don't think
Stuck.
anyone cares.
It's stuck.